And still
and again, you done it again.
You did it again.
I mean, we didn't go live just now.
Wow.
He's still muted.
Oh my god! All right, Jacob, you're hosting.
I can't do it.
Oh,
I can't do it.
man.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Oh
You
my
know what
God.
it is? It's because you and I are logged into the same StreamYard. That's what. That's
No,
what's
it's
throwing me
not.
off of this thing.
No, it's not. That's not what happens. It's someone who shares a StreamYard with so many people.
Oh my god!
No, I don't know what happened, but I swear I'm not touching. It. Anyway, hello everybody.
Anyway,
Welcome to
we'll
Outside Strong Side. Matt, I'm already pissed off at you. And we just started. We haven't even played each other yet. Welcome back to Outside Strong Side. I'm your host Chance Ellis, and joining the co-hosts Jacob London and Con. And because he's always our first guest, Matt Thomas is back once again to talk all the NFL action of Week 2. This week. Well, you're either getting banged up and losing weeks, or you are winning games that you really should lose, or losing games that you should win. We're going to break down all of that right now, starting with Sunday Night Football. Sorry, not Sunday night. Excuse me. Thursday Night Football. Thursday night. I'm flustered, goddammit.
How much alcohol have you been drinking because the Steelers are on like a 2-0 streak?
Yeah, because they're 2-0.
So much.
One touchdown. Justin Fields looking like the future, though.
That's it. Hey, we'll get there. We're making progress. We are making progress. But yeah, Thursday Night Football. The begrudging start of Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. Amazon again. We're so sorry. Bills at Dolphins. Look, this game was. This is a genuine contender for a multiple game of the week. Jacob's happy as a bona fide two-way hater.
Already celebrating.
Listen, let's just start. I barely watched any of that game. The one part I did see was the Damar Hamlin nearly ending to his career.
Yeah, okay.
We'll get to that.
Before we get into that, you already kind of alluded, but look, let's this whole story. And it didn't start in the game. It started actually 2 years ago, in the Bills-Bengals game.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
¿Por qué no los dos?
That's horrible.
That might be the worst thing.
That's a trigger warning to show that footage again. Thank you.
That was
messed up.
that was messed up.
Okay.
Thing is, I had a worse sound effect in there on my first edit.
What could be worse than that?
And
I'll send you the
ear. Okay.
Anyway. Before we actually,
I agree, Mike.
Yeah.
I agree.
Before we actually get to the Tua stuff, because it's gonna sound awful. I don't know if we should talk about Tua first, or we should talk about how terrible the Dolphins were in this game before.
Talk about the Dolphins were before Tua, because Tua even before the concussion was not playing well.
No, they don't play well against good teams.
That pick six was.
I'm sorry, but they haven't. And Tyreek Hill is on Stat Merchant watch, because whenever he plays a real team, like an actual playoff team, his stats are horrific. Like he puts up these incredible, I look fantastic against the absolute worst teams in football, and then he plays a real team and he gets less than 100 yards. And what happens, Tyreek? You're this. Oh, I'm the best wide receiver in football. I'm the best player in football. Well, why don't you do it against the real teams?
Because his quarterback is no longer.
The quarterback can't give him the ball
Mahomes.
against good defense.
But that's I know.
It's literally
partially why.
Yeah. Sorry,
because he was doing that when he was with Chiefs. I'm just pointing that out. It's because of who his quarterback is, or potentially was.
Look, that is on the Dolphins. Their defense is bad. That Dolphins defense is really bad.
They lost who over the offseason? Was it Christian Wilkins and
Really Christian Wilkins,
Yeah,
which, yeah,
Wilkins,
it
but
shows.
then they also had, what was the injury they had? They had one like in the preseason. I can't remember what it was.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
but,
I have to look.
Chubb and
Mike
Bradley Chubb still on
McDaniel's
the
got that extension, and I don't think he's going to live to see a year of it.
Oh, someone said that at the start of the season and got yelled and got very much laughed at and told,
Oh,
"Oh,
no, Jacob, you know.
You said he was going to get fired. You said he was going to get fired this year. I don't see that
this
happening.
year. That's not
That's what I
happening. this
just said. That is exactly what I just said. I actually agree with Jacob on this.
Okay, Jacob, that's how you know you're wrong. That's how you know.
Really? Really?
I don't
Because
think
Chance,
Matt-
how
I
many
don't
times have I been right and you've been wrong in our friendship when it comes to football? I'll tell you,
That
the
is-
right
that
seems
is-
to lean with me more than the wrong does, or more than the right does with you.
That's a lie. But we're
Really?
alternative
Really?
facts.
Really?
okay."
Where's the Kenny Pickett clip? Where's the Kenny Pickett clip?
I don't know.
It's already begun.
But talking about Tua, the best news came today where
Poor
he's on
AJ.
IR. Where he is on IR, they are going to give him the
Just-
4 weeks,
Yeah.
which is good.
Minimum of 4 weeks.
Exactly. That's a
Minimum.
minimum of 4 weeks to figure it all out.
There's no playing around saying, "Oh, he could come back like week 2."
Yeah,
week
It's just
3 or
nope.
4.
4 weeks.
It's,
go
yeah,
to
it's
cover
not,
that.
like, it's not like Jordan Love. We're just like, maybe he'll come back. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's
Yeah.
smart. Put his health
Um,
free.
I feel gutted for him. Like absolutely. Like as someone as a genuine Dolphins hater, I feel for
And also
Tua.
Daniel Tua hater.
Well, yeah, and a Tua hater.
I'm just an
Um,
Alabama quarterback hater.
but like I mean, Alabama quarterback hater. I mean, this week for Alabama, you're on cloud
Rough.
fucking 9.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Is Mac
but,
Jones
like,
still the best Alabama quarterback now?
No,
No,
But
I'm not
Jalen
gonna
Hurts thinks that.
Well,
Jalen
yeah.
Hurts still has that because he got
Jalen
a year
Hurts
with
gets that
Lincoln.
by default. So.
Yeah. That year with Lincoln makes all the difference.
Yeah.
But like, with it's really tough with Tua because the saddest part about this one more than anything is it's such an innocuous hit. That's nothing. That was a
Mhm.
nothing hit. That was just, and I don't know what the answer is right now. I really don't for him. The best thing in the world for him is he got paid in the offseason. He's getting a guaranteed $100 and something million no matter what.
115.
Yeah, it's like he's getting his money no matter what. So that's positive. And if dude, you got to really think about your family. You really got to. And if this is it for Tua, it's gutting and heartbreaking. But you got to think about your family and your future. There's life after football, and I mean, like Mike kind of has illustrated that perfectly with the show that is on tonight.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, concussion really should be required viewing for every NFL player. At least one. Concussion.
So I will say this as someone who has a player on their team who has gone through, who is even this year has gone through concussion issues. Denzel Ward has had 5 concussions in his 7 years in the NFL. I was having a conversation with a buddy last week when this happened, and he was like, "Well, people aren't calling for Denzel Ward to retire." It's like the positions are a little bit different because Tua is playing a position where he is targeted every single play. People are coming after him. It's not like playing corner where you're the one going after someone else. So with that in mind, I'm on like as a Tua hater, Alabama quarterback hater, and I'm all around Miami Dolphins hater. It's like it's sad to see him go, but I think he needs to think about his family. Just say, you know what? I got my bread. The league and my team will probably take care of me because normally when a player retires, the contract gets a little bit.
He'll get the salary.
Yeah.
If he medically retires, it'll get wiped off the salary cap.
Yes.
They won't have to.
Exactly.
They'll pay it, but it will be
Yes,
off the salary
exactly.
cap.
So just take the money and run, dude. You'll have enough to figure out what to do with the rest of your life. You went to college. Maybe if you didn't get your degree, you can finish and go into business or even just go into broadcasting because a young mind like yours, they'd love a fresher.
Oh, God, he'd be great on game day.
Oh,
God,
he would be. Absolutely.
on college game day. Hell yeah.
I'm enjoying Saban and McAfee. Don't take that from me.
There is this also does bring up the other elephant in the room that I don't think that I think the NFL is going to need to start having a very serious conversation about is the Guardian caps. I know they look shit. I know people hate them. I know
They don't look shit.
Yeah, they do.
But okay, I know. And look, I'm an F1. I love F1. Everyone hated the Halos, and they've saved 3 people's lives since they brought in. They have saved lives. It's going to happen. The Guardian caps are coming into the NFL. I'm telling you, it's in the next 2 years. They will be mandatory.
I don't think they can ever make them mandatory because the NFLPA will fight against that. I think that's why this year you're given the choice. A couple players have chosen to wear them. I know there's a Cleveland Browns player, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, the star linebacker.
Yeah, okay. Where's the Guardian cap?
He just started this past weekend. Yeah, they tweeted out. Somebody decided to be like, "Oh, look, it's the first openly gay Cleveland Browns player," and they got torn apart in the comments for saying that. Because somebody's like, "We should bash your head in with a hammer," and I was like, "Whoa!"
Jesus.
Oh, the internet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's like I think
When Browns fan tell you you've gone too far, holy shit.
Listen, I love my team, but our fans are primarily right leaning. So, yeah.
I think right now, I mean, it's Ohio. That makes sense. But
Well, no, actually,
now,
doesn't because Cleveland is one of the most liberal parts of Ohio.
It actually is.
right, like I said, right now there's still so much unknown about it. But look, the Dolphins, they now have big question marks about what the hell they're going to be doing.
Well, yeah, we also got word earlier this week that but like Shedeur doesn't solve their problems right now. We got word earlier this week that they traded for Tyler Huntley off the Ravens.
No,
The
they
Browns
signed him
the
up
practice
for
squad.
Browns practice squad.
They signed him.
Yeah.
No, the
So
Ravens.
The Ravens.
He signed with the
no,
Ravens.
he was on the Browns practice squad, wasn't he?
No, we cut him.
Was he back to the Ravens?
And then they signed with the Ravens practice squad. Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Point is, Tyler Huntley is now a Dolphin, so it's going to be between him or Skylar Thompson. I'm
So-
just up because you are Dolphins fans. It's going
Listen.
to be around 4 weeks.
It should be
Pro Bowl quarterback or Skylar Thompson? Pro Bowl quarterback or Skylar
Like
Thompson?
Tyler Huntley had flashes, yeah.
the other problem with the Dolphins, and again, this was always going to be the problem, and why me as a Bills fan was on cloud 9 when they signed the Tua contract was, oh, cool, you guys aren't going to compete for the next 5 years. You're all in this year. And
Yep.
this has now just happened. So I don't know I don't know what the answer is for you guys. Well, I have a potential solution, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Sign Ryan Tannehill.
I don't think Ryan Tannehill is the answer. I mean, he
No, just kidding.
is a answer, but I don't think he is the
Right.
answer.
I don't think he's a answer even. He looked washed last year.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he is a answer in that he is an option. So yes, my rule of law, he is an
No,
answer.
you give us a second. We'll give you Jameis.
You're gonna need
Okay,
James.
well, we'll talk about that later.
You're gonna need
couple
Jameis.
weeks. All right, let's move on. First game of the Sunday slate. Chargers Panthers.
Oh,
Oh.
H-I-O, baby. Ohio State J.K. Dobbins, baby.
Ah.
Let's fucking go. Finally.
Yeah, J.K.
Out of
Dobbins.
that John
has been
Harbaugh
incredible.
and went to Jim Harbaugh. And look.
It's because he's funny.
Hell of a
He looks
difference.
healthy.
Look, Jim Harbaugh has cemented himself as a Coach of the Year candidate, if not favorite right now. He is the absolute favorite for Coach of the Year right now. Can an offensive lineman win Rookie of the Year? Because Joe Alt has a
Joe Alt.
very serious case right now.
They can.
Okay,
It's
but
just
who did Joe
really
Alt have to
hard.
block?
Crosby
A
last
bunch
week.
of scrubs.
Crosby last week. That's
Okay, yeah,
gonna be
but
TJ Watt this week.
if you rewatched the footage of Crosby, he very rarely actually had him one-on-one. So I'm not
This
giving
is
him
true.
all the
It
credit
was
for
8
Crosby.
times. It was 8 times.
I don't think
Out
so.
of how many
Okay, fair enough.
plays?
Yeah, but still,
Yeah.
8 times 0 pressures. That's pretty damn good for a rookie.
I mean, to be fair,
But
we're
okay,
having
but
the same
again, that's fine.
conversation
But like
about
looking
DeLon Jones
at this,
last year, so I
who has got a
something
block
to
on the
think about.
Panthers, considering their
Yeah,
best
that's
player
fair.
on defense
No,
is
I
out for the
get
year?
that. I know. I'm just more saying the other offensive rookies of the year this year, none have really stood up. that we thought.
Well, it's not going
Except-
to look like
Well,
Caleb Williams.
one's starting to stand now. We'll get to that later.
Yeah,
but-
one did this week. I'll give you that. But yeah,
I just looked, and not a single offensive lineman has won Offensive Rookie of the Year. So
that's fair.
Oh, shocker.
Yeah.
unlikely.
It is unlikely. No, look, huge.
AJ, let's not act like Clowney's a real player.
Big game. Big game this week for the Panthers. For Chargers, big win. Obviously, they've started 2-0.
Is it a big win?
But okay,
It's
it
a
is
win.
for the
It's a
Chargers,
win.
given it's the first time in over a decade that they have started 0-2. Oh, sorry, 2-0. Sorry, they normally start 0-2. First time they started 2-0. So that is a big. It's big for them. But we got to talk about the other side of the ball because I have not seen a player look that depressed in a long time. Bryce Young just looked like he didn't want to play football. I don't want to do this. This isn't worth it. And
Well,
God.
again, what he's praying for now. He's waiting for his Baker Mayfield or Sam
get
Darnold
me out of
moment.
here and get me to a
Where-
good team where they can develop
Me
me.
somewhere else.
And yes,
Get me anywhere
well,
else.
I don't even think another team can save him. He's just that slow.
I do.
I mean, we
I
said the
don't.
same thing about Baker Mayfield.
Here's the
No,
thing. I do.
Baker. I hate Baker, but I always said I just think he'd be better off on another team. He's at least Baker is solidly built. It's a difference in the build.
I think there is a team right now that could use Bryce Young and actually would be good for him, and it would be a really great test to see where are you really with all of these weapons and
Don't
this
you
team.
dare say my team.
It's a fifth.
Oh,
Give it Carolina. Here is a fifth for Bryce Young, and I reckon they take it.
After the 1 year,
one-
fifth
wait.
round pick.
1 year and 2 games.
That's insane.
Yeah.
You gave up on him.
Hey, it's more than Trey Young got. So
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance. God, I did that last time.
I mean, Trey Young is overrated too, so I understand that. But that's the wrong sport, Jacob.
Yeah.
Apologies, Trey Young.
Yeah,
What
but like
apologizing that bitch for?
Is
I
Bryce Young
think-
the new Josh Rosen? Is that what he?
I mean,
He's gonna get
No,
replaced after
no,
the year.
because Josh was a rich kid who didn't really care about football.
Nah.
Yeah,
and
Bryce
Josh
cared
wasn't
about football.
first.
Yeah.
And you can tell he cares about football.
He's
The
gonna get
difference
replaced
is
after
Rosen. Rosen wasn't
less
first
than a year.
overall.
That's
He
true.
is borderline DeMarcus Russell. This is. I don't think he's
Yeah.
as bad as DeMarcus because DeMarcus was terrible.
You
in
mean
the-
Joe Marcus?
oh,
It is Joe.
I heard that DeMarcus Russell.
I'm like, am I
First
hearing
chance
it
with the whole mute thing, and now Jacob with names.
God. Shut up. But
Yeah.
yeah,
A good day to get started.
Mm.
But like, to be fair, what does he really have to throw to? Like,
That's
we're
my point.
being hard. Like, we're
Exactly.
being hard on him. But like, his best weapons are Adam Thielen and Deontay Johnson. And Deontay Johnson looked to washed his last 2 years in Pittsburgh. Let's be honest there.
But that's-
I wouldn't say walk, but he just wasn't living up to like what we paid him to do. But I will also say that O-line doing him no favors. They have no
No.
run game whatsoever.
look, it's it is an absolutely
situation.
horrific organization. David Tepper needs to just sell the team. Sell the team.
He's too proud, and you know it.
I know. He's gonna die with the team. And then
They need somebody to, like, go through his emails, plant drugs, call
Listen,
it
listen,
He needs
prostitutes.
to get John Gruden.
Listen.
Maybe
I am
something
going to
racist at some point. I don't know.
make a strong case for David Tepper to remain here because he's a brand new owner. There are growing pains with owners. I know. We had fucking Jimmy fucking Haslam, who looked like the worst owner in NFL history his first 4 or so years.
I mean,
But Jacob,
Not the greatest
what I'm getting at is he finally learned to stay out of the team's way, and look what they've been doing since. Granted,
outside
outside of one big trade, outside of one big trade,
One glaring
So get on
error.
that.
outside of this one giant franchise destroying trade.
we
Hey,
did all
that's
these,
right.
all these great
It's
things,
franchise
and also
destroying.
this other thing that we did.
Hey, it's not franchise destroying. We have an out. and we'll get to
Yeah,
that.
Just for a couple of years.
No, it's not. Nah, we'll get to that. Trust me.
No, we have an out if he gets proven that he is actually this next
No,
year.
no,
We
no,
knew he
no,
was.
no,
When Cleveland's
no,
trying to
we'll
hire
get to
the anti-Johnny Cochran.
We will get to that in a bit. We're not there yet.
We're not even talking about
I
this
will
game
wax
anymore.
poetic when we get there, but we are
Yeah,
not there yet.
We're
It's
not,
so
we're
far.
not just because like the Panthers are so rough, and yes,
Exactly.
Bryce Young has officially been benched. The Red Rifle is now coming back into
He's
the NFL.
back.
We don't have to watch Andy Dalton play quarterback in the year of our Lord 2020.
Is that better than Bryce Young? I don't know. I
Yes.
don't know at this
Well,
point.
that-
I don't
Probably. I don't know about how much.
Listen, there's like a curse that goes along with Andy Dalton. If you look at his previous stops, whoever is the young quarterback always gets benched for his ass. It happened in Chicago. I forget where he was before Chicago, but it happened there also, and now it's happening in Carolina.
Before he didn't get benched, but before that was the Cowboys, and he
The
got
Cowboys
injured.
when Dak got hurt.
That's when Dak did
Yeah.
his ankle.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, we have to watch fucking Garner Minshew and
Andy
Andy
Dalton.
Dalton go at it next week.
What year is it?
fucking kill me.
Unwatchable
Gardner
game of the
taking
week,
pictures with
week
Tigers
4.
again.
We're regressing backward.
All right, what do we got next?
I'm just gonna rip this band-aid off now. Our unwatchable game of the week.
Austin
okay,
Seibert,
look,
baby.
there are
I
only
know
Giants-
Amru was thrilled because Amru was complaining to me because they trade. So initially the Commanders traded for Cade York, and Cade York missed field goals week 1, and
They
just
cut him after
cut
one game.
Yep. And now Amru was just like, I see why you hated Cade York. And I know Amru's
Clearly
happy
only
as
kicking.
shit. It took him to get a second former Browns draft pick to have someone who can kick a football.
I just realized
Yeah.
this is the second week in a row that a team only kicked field goals and won the game.
Yeah, keep in mind, the Giants are now the second team in the history of the NFL to score 3 touchdowns, allow 0, and still find a way to lose.
Who's the?
Why?
I thought it was
Why
only-
would
About
you
a
say that?
backup kicker.
I thought it was the only, yeah.
No,
I thought it was
no.
only.
There's 2. There was
There's
2.
actually someone else who
kind of-
did that.
Yeah, 1989, the Vikings beat the Rams. They might be the first to do it in regular season. I'm not sure what the stakes were of this game, but the Vikings did beat the Rams in 1989, scoring no touchdowns and only field goals. So basically, you question, how did this possible? Well, very first play of the game, Giants kicker Graham Gano gets injured. Punter
I believe
Jamie
he came
Gillen, the
in
Scottish
injured.
Hammer,
Yeah.
he tried to kick a field goal. He can't
Former
do it,
Browns
so they had to
all-around.
rely.
Former
They had
Browns
to
all
rely
around.
on 2-point conversions after every touchdown. They sucked at it.
Yeah, they've Daniel Jones quarterback. Of course they did.
Yeah.
So-
Look,
Sad they didn't
okay,
have Geno Jones or
okay.
Punter.
One fair highlight from this though is Neighbors announced himself and went,
Sure.
"Hey, I can play wide receiver," and there was a reason I went second. He did announce himself that, "Hey, if I just had a quarterback, I would be probably."
You see how
the
good I am with a bad quarterback. I don't know.
yeah, you see how good I am with Daniel fucking Jones. Just imagine if,
That'd be
hey,
amazing.
Chargers, imagine if I went there and then they just went, yeah, but we have Joe Alt. Like,
He did have one. He did have one really bad drop towards the end of the game, which is not being
He
talked
did.
about because of another drop we'll talk about later.
But look, Daniel Jones, I actually think it's the most competent he's looked since it's the most competent he's looked since he signed his contract. Like, I think this is the best game he's played in over a year and a half. That's not saying much.
That's not
but
saying anything.
I know it's not, but this is like that's the best.
That
he
bar
has
is
looked.
that bar is so low. Bryce Young couldn't walk under it.
Yeah. That being said, look, I love him. Genuine criticism for Brian Daboll. You knew your kicker was injured. You needed a backup kicker.
Exactly.
You had to have
You
someone.
need to plan
Just
for this.
you needed someone as a place kicker because you knew he was injured before the game. And
That's
that
what 3 extra points and it's
Oh, it happened before the game? Never mind. Then I was about to.
no. He
He came in like
in
on the
a little
injury
banged
report.
up. He got
He
officially
went in
injured on
banged
the
up.
very first play of the game.
Yeah, and so like you knew there was a chance, and
You gotta plan for it.
you've got to plan for it. So I am going to put that on.
I
on
will say
Daboll.
this as someone who's had to deal with the Jamie Gillen as a backup kicker. Dude actually has a leg and can do it. and he did both in college, if I remember correctly, because I remember doing a decent amount of research on the Scottish Hammer. So I mean, it's not like he hasn't done it before. He's just very inconsistent.
When called upon, when
I
there's
don't.
pressure on.
I just didn't
No,
understand why.
Was it like a 60-yard kick or something?
No, but they scored on. They went for 2 on all 3 of their touchdowns.
You don't want to risk killing your punter.
on the second 2, they went for 2 on the second 2. They tried to hit the PAT on the first one, didn't.
Oh yeah, they missed
So
the
it was
PAT
like,
on the first. Yeah. So like, nah.
So
we're not doing that again.
Yeah. So again, look, Commanders, congratulations on the win. You are still not a good team at all. They're still one of the worst teams in football. You're in for a rough season. Jaden Daniels, again, you need to stop running. You are not built like Josh Allen, and you are just going to get snapped like a twig. I know that it's your biggest weapon is running, but you are tiny and you are going to get snapped like a twig. You go up against a real team, they're gonna kill you. Yeah. So stop running like the way you are. You got to get out of bounds. You can't do this in the NFL. You are going to die.
I should have just given you a single. It's fucking preach. I just want to close with Jacob going, you are tiny.
You are tiny. You are tiny.
He is going to die. So yeah, like Jaden Daniels either needs to put on a fuck ton of weight, which I don't think he can, or he needs to learn to play slide and get out of bounds. And he can't keep playing like this. It's 2 weeks in a row he's played like this, and he's gonna get killed. And so yeah, Jaden's got to play smarter. He's really got to play smarter. He's a good player. I will give him that. He has been playing well, but like he's got to play smarter. Yeah. Anyway.
Essentially, he's Anthony Richardson. If Anthony Richardson could throw,
if Anthony Richardson was smaller.
Yeah.
What's the next game, Jacob? Next game was our only overtime game. Seahawks and Patriots.
Yeah. Patriots
Tell you what,
really scrappy team.
They really are frisky, as Jacob.
I told you the Patriots were going to be last year's Cardinals. This
Jacoby Brissett, baby.
Yeah, like this team where this team of they just do not have the talent, but they're scrappy and they want to prove themselves. And it's look, any coach in the world would rather that than whatever the fuck's going on at the Panthers right now. Sure. Like that's what, like the Patriots. You can't call them one of the worst teams in football right now. They've got heart and they're playing with guts every single week.
It's essentially like a young Belichick team. Like if Belichick was first starting,
Rod Mayo was trained in the system.
Exactly. Like the system didn't really change. You just changed the messenger, and it's showing.
And it's working. There's a part of me that's like genuinely like, oh, this is cool. There's another part of me that's like, God fucking damn it, why did
eventually going to be good again? Eventually going to be good again.
And now,
why can't you go home?
And now I just need to pray to God that Drake May isn't good. Otherwise,
if Jacoby gets to keep playing, it's going to be scary when we get Drake May.
But at least the track record for UNC quarterbacks is at least not very good. So the odds are not in his favor.
Yeah, but like him sitting for a year is not. If they're strong enough because right now you don't play him. You just keep playing.
You have a very competent quarterback. He is a quarterback who can lead you to a wild card.
That O-line hasn't been the complete train wreck that we thought it would be. It hasn't been great. I'm not saying it's been good, but there are teams with worse O-lines right now that have been rushing their quarterbacks. But like this one's holding up relatively well to give him the time to be able to do something. Again, they scored 20 points. I didn't think they would score 20 points all year. And they did. So well done. Like, again, this was a close game. Seahawks, Geno is playing better than he had any right to. Geno's playing actually pretty decently. Seahawks defense has been decent as well. Like, this is a little scrappy.
DK Metcalf had an excellent game.
Yep. This is
JSN, baby.
JSN was a monster.
Jackson Smith, Ngadawa.
Njigba. Get it right.
Someone after trying to say his name. He said, I can't remember what the fuck he said. I think it was like
Jigba.
Geo close to saying a canceled word or a bad word.
He can get away with saying it. He's that.
Oh my god. But yeah,
It's real
Welcome
close
back
if
to
you
the
messed it up.
welcome back to the last episode of That's Not Strong, everybody. But yeah, no, Seahawks again looking good. This is a win that they needed for reasons we will get into later. But yeah, this win does help that team a lot. And Patriots, honestly, no shame in losing this game.
no. Like right now, Patriots, they're gonna get to their 5 wins. They're absolutely gonna get to 5 wins, if not more. Unfortunately, I think that means that they're not going to get a top 5 pick, and they've probably cost themselves Travis Hunter. But yeah,
Potentially.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next game we
With
got?
their schedule, I don't see him getting 5. But
Saints at Cowboys.
Holy shit! Yeah, a game
Remember we
that
thought
very
if
nearly
only the Saints could
was
keep
our
track.
upset of the week. Now, keep in mind, before this game, the Cowboys, during the regular season, were on a 16-game win streak at home. It's the longest active streak in the NFL. And then the Saints marched into Jerry Boy's dome and did this. So so there's either 2 conclusions we can come to. Either 1, the Cowboys were very much underestimating the Saints, or 2, Clint Kubiak's a fucking genius.
I'm gonna go.
I'm not
Clint
sure which one
Kubiak's a
lean the
genius.
latter.
Okay. You know, at the start of the year, we were saying like Dennis Allen's on the biggest hot seat in the
He might
NFL.
have saved his job.
Clint
No.
Kubiak's saving his job.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's what I think could happen. They're going to lose Clint or make him head coach. I think Dennis Allen will lose his job
I like
and they
him.
make
His
the
job.
I like
playoff.
you, Jacob.
But they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose the offensive coordinator, and they're going. We cannot lose him.
Well,
So
we-
sorry, Anna, and
We
you're.
still got 15 more games. Things could
Oh,
change.
yo, I know that. Look, okay,
Yes.
let's be real.
It's looking good.
I think this is all a lot of hot air. I don't believe in the Saints. I just don't. I think
Listen.
they're gonna be.
I'm starting to. I'm not.
I-
Like,
look,
Yeah,
here's my thing,
I'm
okay.
beginning.
They've scored on literally every offensive
They
possession.
They have, and here's the thing. I came out very strong at the start of in our preseason, and was like, they're going to be the worst team in football. They are not. They're not going to be the worst team in football. I think they're going to be a 7-8 win team. I think they're going to be fighting for that final playoff spot. I think,
But for right now, they're looking great. And this game actually does.
right now,
contain-
they are looking very good.
This,
Stonks team of
this
the
game
week.
does contain my
Kamara,
Stonks player of the week.
oh, sure.
Jacob, the way you are with Baker Mayfield, that's me with Derek Carr. I've always been a big fan of Derek Carr, and I think that he has been playing fucking excellent these past 2
Yeah.
weeks. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
Panthers, whatever, but playing against a defense as good as Dallas, in Dallas, that's a different story. Like we were like, okay, how do we evaluate the Saints given who they played the first week? Well, we've seen them play a quote unquote good
better
team, which
team.
I think Dallas is
Yeah.
a very good team,
Yes.
and they embarrassed them.
yeah.
On the road.
Look, the Saints actually. The Saints actually have this perfect little run right now where we can like in 2 weeks we will know who the Saints are because they go Eagles and Bucks, and it's Eagles, Bucks, Falcons. I think that's their run or some. They're the 3 teams
It's
who play.
Eagles. It is Eagles, Falcons, Kansas City, then the Bucks.
Oh, okay, right. So what the this
Test.
little 4-game run? If they go say, look, if they lose all 4 of them, if they lose all 4 of them, okay, cool. Yep, Saints are what we actually thought. If they go say, if they split or go 3-1, I will start believing in the Saints. I'll go.
Well,
Oh yeah, nope,
I
Saints are a
think
good team."
I think if they split, it's going to depend on how the splits happen, though.
Yeah, but that's look. There's a they play the Eagles this week. That's a really good test for them. That's a really good test, and it's a really good test on the Eagles defense.
So AJ actually nailed it. I was going to say so 2 things. Yes, Dallas beat the shit out of my Cleveland Browns last week. It happened. Deshaun Watson is not a good QB. He's okay at best.
That's okay. It's not like you guaranteed
that's when he's-
$230 million or anything.
Yeah, I know.
He had $203 million.
Well,
Good.
again, we will get there when we get to the Browns. However, you see what happens when you have a competent QB versus a non-competent QB. Just saying. But Dallas is also missing like half of their defense and starting like 5th rounders right now.
Yeah.
So I can't really say that the Saints are necessarily real or jump on this hype train because when you're missing one of your best defensive backs and starting 5th rounders and later, like shit like this can happen.
There is something I now have to. I think I am going to have to start. I am going to have to concede, and I hate that I'm going to have to concede this, but I believe Chance is right. Micah isn't. Mike is not. He's not. It happens too often. This happens way too often, and then afterwards he goes, "I gotta be better. I gotta be better. I gotta be better."
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
fucking be better. Like, just be better against.
You want
Against.
to know what is it?
Shanahan run team.
He's pouting that the other 2 players have gotten paid and he hasn't. That's what this is.
I know.
Oh,
but
at this rate, he's not going to get paid.
Hey,
he will get.
I will
paid.
trade you a second form.
He'll get paid.
Yeah.
He'll get paid.
Smith.
That's
And this,
Bertuzzo.
okay, Jeremy said this, and and a few other people have been saying this, and I'm putting this on the screen because the more you look at it, this is real. Cowboys
Yep.
defense cannot defend a Shanahan clone, and they can't do it. They cannot stop a Shanahan coordinated defense, offense, and that is now concerning because there are
There are so many people Shanahan has.
There's
has
there's
tutored.
4 NFC teams now that
Well,
are Shanahan clones. Like
Well,
it's
the
49ers, Saints, Rams, 49ers,
Maybe
Saints,
under the
49ers, Saints, and the Packers in the NFC, and then obviously the Dolphins in the AFC.
Browns used to be a Shanahan clone, and last time they played Dallas and beat their ass, they were running the Shanahan clone offense. It's the Kubiak offense.
Jacob, let me just say, very big of you to admit. The only thing that will make that better is if you actually did pick Micah Parsons to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I didn't. I was intelligent and didn't. I picked Chris Jones, but
Miles Garrett's going to repeat, baby.
terrible.
Okay, sure.
Hey, he's got 2 sacks this year. They're both strip sacks. Shut up.
Look,
Matt is going to get every opportunity to push the Browns into every game we talk about.
That's what I do. They know that.
my Chris Jones one isn't looking terrible.
No,
It's not
No,
great, but it's not looking terrible.
Yeah.
It's not
No,
looking as bad as my MVP vote right now.
You can't call any race after. Yeah, it's still really
Anyway,
All
right.
Saints, on behalf of everybody on the screen, thank you very
Thank you
much.
for beating the Cowboys. Thank you for
no,
embarrassing them.
well done. No, seriously, that's well done. You had mentioned that I think they were honestly looking ahead at next week. I think that was a big part of what happened with the Cowboys because next week's the beat.
Which is something they do consistently on Rhett McCarthy. They do that
Sure.
all the time.
Yep. All the time.
And
All
it
right.
always bites him in the ass.
Now this one comes up to the fuck Chance and Jacobs wallet specifically game and Malik Willis.
Oh, no, no, this is.
Colts and Packers. Malik Willis just going, I'm going to bankrupt all you fuckers.
Matt LaFleur is a genius. Just this.
Yeah.
I
Look,
have learned not
this
to bet against Matt LaFleur, so that's why I was just
Making gold out of nothing.
well, the funny thing is, if you bet against Matt LaFleur last week, it's actually a very good bet.
Here's the thing.
that's
Okay,
not-
look, I got to give some level of context to this. Last week, all week, the Colts were -3, and every gambler I knew went, "You hit this hard." The Colts -3 against Malik Willis. Oh my God, you hit this and hit this hard, and
They
Jesus.
forgot Josh Jacobs existed, didn't they?
Josh Jacobs woke up.
It's not just that. It's not just that. We forgot one thing. The Colts have the worst run defense in the entire NFL.
Mhm.
Like
We should've
they
known
were
that
really
before
bad
we
against
started.
Texans. But it was like, okay, maybe it's just the Texans. We saw what they did against Josh Jacobs, who was pretty well contained against the Eagles week prior. We're just like, and we saw Josh Jacobs go off for. Let me pull up the stats here. 151 yards. We're just like, oh no, this defense is bad, and Gus Bradley needs to be fired immediately.
Buckner just went on IR, so they're gonna get worse.
Listen, I gotta say this: when it comes to oh shit, I lost my train of thought. Never mind. Go ahead.
But
I'll
like,
get back to it.
the other big thing with this game specifically is the Colts as well. Anthony Richardson, he did not play well. He really did not play
This is
well.
just- this is what you get from him.
This is rookie
He
year
was
again.
very close to being my not stonks of the week.
Flashes of brilliance and then just bonehead plays.
Yep. just like absolute. Oh, like last week, the 70-yard bombs. They're like, oh my god, this guy is looking incredible. And then this week, it's like, oh, yep, nope, okay, back down to earth. Like, yeah, he did not play well at all. But yeah, if you actually listened to us betting last week, I mean, if you listen to me, you made some money, but this game, oh boy, got this one massively wrong.
There were a couple games that screwed my bet. This was one of them. This was just a bad showing from the Colts, and now they're starting 0-2, and they're losing ground in the AFC South fast.
No, they aren't. We'll get to.
Well, that's true because
there's only one team that has won games in that, so they aren't losing ground. They're right there with it.
But by not losing games, they are losing grounds. And considering everybody, like all the other teams in the division, have wins. That
no, they don't.
No, they do not. The Texans are undefeated. Every other team is undefeated.
The rest of the teams are all 0-2. You said
that's
what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they're losing ground in their own division, by proxy losing ground in the conference in general to be one of the top 7.
In the conference, yes, not their division.
Oh yeah,
not their division, but like that's gonna be like that's still a quicker.
I remember what I was going to say. Rewinding to last week.
Tell us about how the Browns went to this game.
Nothing to do with the Browns. Nothing to do with the Browns. But no, it's about the comment of LaFleur betting against him last week. Listen, with how the Packers were getting fucked over with the Brazil game, I consider that a wash. Did you know because they were the away team, they had to be 2 hours away via bus to get to that game?
Yeah, and look,
there was so much fuckery going on with that. Like, I knew just from that.
I really hope they don't do a Brazil game again next year.
Or they at least make it fair and have both teams stay in the main city.
Or just go back to Mexico. The Brazil game just anyway.
Moving
right,
on to
let's talk about the old man and the single stupidest quarterback play I've seen all year.
Okay, yes, I know where you're going with this. So, okay, in our preseason prediction special, I said Daniel Jones this year could be must-watch television. I was wrong. Will Levis might be must-watch television.
Spears in there, 3rd and goal. Levis looking. Levis tripped. He tried to shovel it. That ball is free, and the Jets have it.
Nice. When has the Babadook card ever been used?
That is 2 weeks in a row Will Levis has cost his team the game. Straight up. Like, because Titans win last week if he doesn't throw the stupidest pass I've seen all year.
Correct.
And then this
week
with
knees afterwards.
And here's the thing: I don't know if they win this week, but like last week, they 100% win last week if Will Levis doesn't throw that pass. This week, there's a chance they don't. But it's probably a lot closer. He at least took 3 points off the board, and then who knows what happens.
Maybe they should try their coach's strategy of punting on first down every time.
Actually, I think he was on the broadcast. Brian Callen looked over Will Levis. He literally tell him what the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing?
I've never seen I've seen coaches want to kill their quarterbacks, but I've never seen one who's just straight up might actually do it live on television. He was just like, I am going to go up and fuck this guy. Don't kill him. He was so angry.
Yeah, he might be the new Carson Wentz, as AJ said.
I just got to say, fuck the Titans. That's it. They took Bill Callahan. That's all I got to say.
Oh my god!
Isn't it Brian Callahan?
No, his father. His father, the Hall of Fame offensive line coach, arguably the best offensive line coach in NFL history.
Apologies. Yes, I do understand my note. Aaron Rodgers finally scored his first passing touchdown as a New York Jet.
Won as a Jet.
Deacon must be happy. I wish he was here.
He Aaron Rodgers played okay. The Jets are going to be they're going to be like I'm thinking the Saints are going to end up being. They're going to be a 7 to 8 win team, and that's about it. this defense isn't good. This defense isn't all that cracked up to be. So yeah, I'm a little worried about that, and I'm.
Hey, do you know?
Yeah.
That's great for me because that means they can fire Robert Saleh and start all over again.
I think they got look.
I think they might.
I think at some point this season we are going to hear interim coach Nathaniel Hackett.
Oh,
I'm
God.
telling
Oh,
you.
no.
God.
Oh, and then that'll be must-see TV.
I am telling you right now.
That'll be must avoid
Because Aaron Rodgers is going to want his friend to get a second chance.
If they lose like 5 in a row, then that's possible.
Well, his thing, they play Patriots on Thursday, which is the unwatchable game of the week. And
Player coach Aaron Rodgers.
then they play Broncos, then Vikings, then Bills. Look, they should win
2 of those?
at least 2 of them, if not
Yeah.
3 of them. I don't know if they will.
Yeah.
And one of them's the London game.
Ooh. Fun.
Yeah, I know. Vikings Jets is a 6 a.m. game on a
Sam
Sunday.
Darnold revenge game.
It will be. I would.
Yeah,
put
Sam
my
Darnold's gonna
money
light
on-
them up.
I would put my money on Minnesota for that game. I'll say that now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh god, we're getting prime time Jets Steelers. Fucking
Oh yeah, actually. Oh no.
yeah.
What, you don't want to see TJ
Weekend
Watt
for the
murder
wedding.
Aaron Rodgers on live TV?
That's a Sunday night
Okay,
for
look.
the wedding.
Nothing
Fucking
would make Jacob happier than TJ Watt being the one to kill Aaron Rodgers,
ruin Aaron
to
Rodgers.
kill his season.
Okay. Not gonna lie.
That
Yes.
Yes, that would be fun.
Like,
That would be
nothing
funny.
would make Jacob grimace harder than seeing my face when Aaron Rodgers is hurt for the season by TJ Watt.
And you're sitting there like, I don't know how I
I
feel.
don't know how to react to this.
Oh god. All right. Well, we got to talk about your the guy that you absolutely love. I'm going to talk about my who I have a soft spot for. Bucks at Lions.
Well, man, I think it goes beyond a soft spot. I think it's a fallen
I
hard
need
spot
to
right
leave
now.
I need to leave the room for this one.
This has gotta hurt, Matt. So
Oh, he actually
Listen, it does not hurt because realistically, Baker Mayfield would not be the quarterback he was now
If he didn't go.
if he didn't act like a fucking diva who didn't deserve any of the treatment he was demanding. So all of this happened because he got sent to Carolina, then got cut by Carolina, had to scrap his way using his time with the Rams for a make-do contract last year with the Buccaneers and needing to play his ass off. He had to grow up a lot within 2 years because of what he went through.
Mhm.
I'm glad that he's the player he is now. I still am glad he's not on the Browns because Myles Garrett, essentially the year that they traded Baker for Deshaun, said it's him or me. Myles Garrett is famously known for not caring for Baker Mayfield. He did not like him whatsoever, and I'd rather have Myles Garrett on my team. So,
Lions.
He's back.
Lions, I got to question. I got to question the game plan here. So Ben Johnson's a really good offensive coordinator. We all know this.
Right.
But Lions, you have a great running back tandem. You have one of the best offensive lines, if not the best offensive line in football. Why are you having Jared Goff throw the ball 60 times?
Don't know.
Yeah. Look, the Brandon Staley side of Dan Campbell came out in this game. And he's got that element of him where he just is reckless and
Goes
goes
for it too often.
And there is the Brandon Staley side of it where he could just be like, I'm gonna go do something. I'm gonna be reckless and stupid. That came out a little bit in this game. To his credit, he admitted it and actually owned up to it and fully admitted it. And that takes leadership, and that is the difference between Brandon Staley and him. But you're right, Jared Goff is such a weird player because the second there is any pressure whatsoever, he turns into the worst quarterback you've ever seen. Like it's just
like the dude
like, as
couldn't
soon
convert
as-
anything. Bad picks. There was a situation where the game was on the line 4th and 11. Throws a fucking check down. Like, what are you, Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, like it when he has, again, it's why he has one of the best O-lines in football and he looks really, really good. And it's like, oh, you're a very good quarterback. I get why I get all the hype and I get everything. You're a very talented quarterback. And then as soon as you get just a bit of pressure on him, he turns into Daniel Jones. Like, and it's just like, oh, this is embarrassing. This is what the hell are you doing? That needs to be figured out. But I'm not. I like. Look, there's that. There's the Buck side of it and everything with Baker, and he's going really, really well. But I just want to give flowers. Aiden Hutchinson, holy shit!
Look, if they had won this game, Aiden Hutchinson would have been my Stonks player of the week.
Oh man,
4.5 sacks.
5.
No, they lowered it to 4.
They lowered it to 4.5.
They adjusted to 4.5. Okay.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, they made like because I remember because
only 4.5.
Only 4. Come on. Khalil Mack
Because the record was 5.5, and he got 5, and then they went no, they lowered it. It was only a half sack. But Aiden Hutchinson, he firmly announced himself as a defensive player of the year candidate. He is absolutely in that race right now. And oh boy, is he making the Jags choice that season even dumber. Like we got 2 years in a row now where the number 1 overall pick, it's like, well, you picked the wrong fucking person.
You chose
the curse of the number
poorly.
1.
Yeah, like so look,
There you go.
I don't know, guys. Like, this is, again, Lions starting to get a little bit worried because Rams last week, again, Rams, we thought, oh, they're going to be a good team, and they took them to overtime. They're going to be a good team. It's going to be fun. And then we saw them this week. Bucks, like, how good are the Bucks really? Like, the Lions, I'm a little trepidatious of. The only difference is, I guess, at the moment is who's really stepping up in the NFC as putting their stamp on the I own the NFC, given
because they don't have good quarterbacks in the NFC.
Well, that too. But yeah, so all right, let's rip this Band-Aid off.
Steelers? Oh no. Okay.
There we go.
It's funny because he has to worry more about the Steelers fan in me this week than the Browns. So actually, I have to worry about the Ohio State fan in me, period, honestly. Because Buckeyes showed up this week. Let's fucking go. The only thing I really have to say is our offensive line is garbage. Whoever, Andy Dickerson, horrible offensive line coach, just absolutely fucking trash. No wonder Seattle's offensive line was horrible the last 5 years. Deshaun Watson actually showed a semblance of looking like himself. I know Chance wouldn't pull any clips, but he had a few Deshaun Watson-esque moves.
I know what you're talking about. It's not my hatred of the Browns. It's the fact that I couldn't make them funny. That's why I didn't do anything.
Here's the thing. I don't think he played like old Deshaun Watson. I just think he played like a competent quarterback.
I said he had just old Deshaun Watson moments.
Yeah, like I think he played competently.
Yeah.
Which again, he hasn't for nearly a year. So like
I can't say that because the Arizona Cardinal game happened last year. The second half of Baltimore exists. And he's always been a quarterback who starts off slow. However, I fully do not expect him to be playing in about 5 weeks. So let's rip the real Band-Aid off. This motherfucker is going to get cut by the end of the year because this woman who is alleging that she raped him, or he raped her, excuse me, which, let's be honest, he's a piece of shit.
I raped Deshaun Watson.
But apparently she has videos and recorded phone calls with the people she called after the incident. So, if that really is the case, that piece of shit is going to get suspended. And there is a clause the Browns removed in his most recent restructure that allows them to reclaim any guaranteed money that he would have earned. And also, if they cut him, it would not like his dead cap number would be shrunken, if not just removed.
So, yeah. Here's the thing. That is 100% going to court. Like that's like, and I'm not talking. I'm talking the restructure. That is 100% going to go to court.
That will not go to court.
The NFLPA will fight it. I will guarantee you, because here's the problem. This has always been the problem with the Deshaun Watson case. The NFLPA do not want this to set a precedent for other owners.
So, Jacob, here's the thing, and AJ just brought it up. It was his responsibility to disclose any other potential lawsuits before signing that contract.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and we don't know if he did or not.
No, look, in his defense, he probably lost count.
It is Kevin's defense confirmed this week. The Browns were not aware of this potential case. Okay. So, with that being said,
I do not recall.
In the contract. They set themselves up to where, hey, I'll take Quinn Ewers in this year's draft. I wanted Emeka Egbuka, but I'll take Quinn Ewers.
So here's the thing. I think but you're right. If they get out of the guaranteed money in the future, that's fine. It's going to be the guaranteed money that they've projected forward that they'll have to pay. No matter what, they will have to pay that. So, like, even from a salary cap point of view, they will have to pay that because they borrowed it from last year.
So they won't, because this clause that was removed this past restructure, the one from just a few weeks ago, states that they have the right to reclaim any guaranteed money.
Okay, he may no, but I'm talking from the salary cap point of view.
I'm talking about from his act, like
no, okay. The Hamlins might get their money back. Not the Haslams might get their actual money back, but the NFL salary cap doesn't.
Oh yeah, no.
And that's the problem. There's still like a $30 million dead cap next season, no matter what.
Which is much lower than it actually would be if we just straight up cut it.
Oh yeah, no, I know that.
That's
$100-something million.
It's 92 million this year and this upcoming year and the following year. So yeah, no, I'm not just like I'm just glad that number gets shrunk.
Yeah, that's fair. But
and that would still give us 60 million in room because this past restructure allowed us to carry over 60 million into next year's cap, which counting his 92 million would essentially put us right even with the cap. So if something were to happen and he does get cut, then that just means we're probably going to have 60 million in cap space, which I ain't going to be mad at.
It's all going to look, you're right. It is going to come down to whether or not Deshaun Watson does get cut. If he doesn't, you're fucked for the next year. I'm just telling you.
Listen,
right
this team
come up for a sexual deviant or bankrupting the Browns.
Choices.
Jacob,
I don't like reading for criminals, but I do hate Cleveland.
I agree with you.
Jacob,
this one's worse.
I will say this. It's one of those things to where this team has been able to pull roster gymnastics out of their ass for like the last 5 years. And the Haslams have no issue just being like, no, convert this entire year's salary into a signing bonus and we'll just pay it out and lower everyone's cap numbers. That's what they've been doing. The Haslams are willing to pay it.
At some point, it has to be paid.
I know.
At some point, it is going to have to be paid. The other thing, I think
if they get one Super Bowl, they won't care. And also, that potential new stadium, they really won't fucking care. I don't know if you saw the renderings of it, but that place.
Okay, I don't want to talk about the Browns anymore because I do need to just talk about we are talking about one of the worst teams in football right now in the Jags.
Yeah, the Jags. I don't know what
you be saying that.
The Jags.
Like,
there's just like no communication from the top of the pyramid to the rest. We're just like, it feels like Doug Peterson and his OC are just not on the same page.
Doug Peterson's gone within 5 weeks.
Yep.
Doug Peterson will be gone in the next 5 weeks. I'm at this point. If they, because
Trevor was never that.
Well, here's the thing. They played Bills this week. I think they lose that one. I'm actually worried about it, but it's going to be a tight, closer game than it has any right to be. Then the Texans. Then the Colts again.
They haven't played the Colts yet. They played Miami.
Oh, they didn't play the Colts. Right, sorry, yeah. Then the Colts. Then the Bears. Like Bears.
Is the Colts game home or away?
At home.
Oh, then that's a win.
They'll probably win that, but that's still like what 1-4.
But, like the way they're losing teams to teams that they shouldn't. So I don't know right now because if they have, so let's assume that they lose these next two, and then they win that 3, and so they're 3 and 4. They're 3 and 4. Then they go Packers, Eagles, Vikings, Lions, Texans.
It's rough.
Maybe 1, maybe 2. Like this is rough.
Yeah.
I think Peterson gets fired at the end of the year.
No, I was about to say. I think Peterson gets fired on October 21st because you really want to take your team into London, or is it Germany that they're in this year?
The new coach.
They're
I think it's
London.
probably London. They're always in London.
Yeah. So you really want to take a new coach into London for that 2-week stretch? No, he's probably safe until end of
Yeah, it's fair. Like I just. Yeah, man, this is gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough season for him. Trevor Lawrence, yeah, just that whole draft class.
I'll give you Deshaun Watson for him.
And like, here's the thing: Trevor Lawrence, I don't think he's been playing horrific. Like he's not been playing terribly. He
can't read a defense. He can't read a defense.
Yeah, he makes dumb mistakes, like really dumb mistakes. And so look, he plays. We'll see what happens.
Urban Meyer broke him.
Yeah, I might have. Maybe a little.
Yeah.
Or maybe he wasn't that good at all.
I think like
He was.
Listen, I just gotta say, Deshaun had the same fucking issues in Houston to the fact they had to switch to the Clemson College offense for him to be good. Where did Trevor Lawrence come from?
Well, that kind of gets into the larger point about college and how it's not really that's
what I wanted to get into.
It's not college has not become the stepping stone to the NFL. They've become their own thing, and it's
unless it is a school who runs more of a pro style offense, I 100% agree.
Yeah, and that's honestly why you start seeing players like Patrick Mahomes didn't go first overall. Herbert didn't go
CJ
first
Stroud
overall.
didn't go first
Overall.
overall.
No, but like
that's only because David Tepper said no.
But football people knew better is my point.
But like I'm more meaning like these players where they go, but in college they weren't superstars, but they got pro ready because those teams had drafted that had made them pro ready. Because
I can't say that about Pat. He was in a Cliff Kingsbury offense. Let's remove Pat from the equation.
Yeah,
but the rest of them I'll give you.
More meaning like it's there's something wrong with the draft process and something wrong with just how these teams draft these players and go and
they look for the stars.
That's and how they evaluate these players. It's why I straight up don't think Shedeur is going to be any good. I
agree.
Don't. I think Shedeur is going to be horrifically bad because I think his dad's going to ruin him.
There's a reason I'm more of Quinn Ewers as the best quarterback in this upcoming draft, him or Carson Beck, because they run the most pro style offenses out of any of the quarterback prospects. Yeah. Quinn Ewers also has the OSU offense he learned for a year, which is still more pro style than most offenses. It's more of a blend. So yeah, I think those are the best two quarterbacks in the upcoming draft, and I think they are being slept on because people love Shedeur and the flash of Shedeur and the name Sanders and Dion being attached to him, which I think is absolutely stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
Browns win.
Gonna start off the season 4-1. Anyway. Very possible.
Right. Other contender for upset of the week.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Well, and this is the thing that we kind of slept on with the 49ers. Well, one, we got word before this game that Christian McCaffrey is officially going on IR. He's going to be out for a couple weeks.
4
At
weeks
least
minimum.
four. At
We've
least
seen-
4. So he'll
we've
miss
seen
5
this longer.
games at a minimum.
Yeah. We've seen this
Quiet
before.
story. Quiet story in the NFL. I think he might not be back until December.
I agree. He's the injury prone McCaffrey's back.
No, but
Yeah.
it's not that. It's Achilles.
Yeah.
And tendonitis was the official thing. Yeah.
Like this is a story.
It's also
This is
this is a stat I didn't know about the 49ers. Apparently, they haven't won in Minnesota since 1992. I wasn't even
Yeah.
fucking born yet. The last time they won in this stadium.
New stadium too.
Yeah, newer stadium.
So, yeah, that's no, you're right. It's big that they hadn't won here. It's kind of a shock as well. Like, because normally when you see those ones, you're thinking, oh, it's a AFC and an NFC. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's 2 teams that they only play each other every 4 years, so that's kind of why. And then they don't play, and then they're only in that stadium every 8 years. But it's they'll play each other quite a bit because they're both in the NFC. So like, it's weird. You're right that they haven't won in this stadium since '92. It's quite a weird stat. But yeah, they haven't, and they didn't fix it this year.
And they still haven't.
The return of Sam Darnold.
I was about to say, can we talk about the Sam Darnold renaissance? I mean,
I'd rather
let's be
not,
honest.
Okay.
Let's be honest. We gotta say
Standards
something.
renaissance.
JJ McCarthy is not gonna be a good quarterback.
Oh,
And
I disagree.
We don't know
I,
that.
I do not trust.
I'll
quarterbacks.
Mark
Yeah,
this day. I'll agree with Matt.
Yeah, no,
okay.
His offense was predicated on the run. He barely passed in 3 years of starting.
Okay.
But
in
the
this
believing
offense, okay, sorry. In this offense, I think he'll be a good quarterback.
yeah. But
In
here's the thing.
the Shanahan offense, I think he will be good.
Meh. And it's not the Shanahan offense. This is the
McVay.
McVay offense?
No,
Yeah.
McVay, right? Sorry, yeah.
So, but here's the thing. Sam
I mean,
Darnold.
by proxy, it's kind of Shanahan. McVay did
Yeah,
like Shanahan.
McVay also
Yeah,
went
fair,
to Shanahan. Yeah.
Okay, but at the end of the day, Sam Darnold was a potential number 1 overall pick. He went number 2. He's always had the
No, he
talent.
went later than 2. He went
No,
later
he
than
went
2.
two.
He was third.
went 2.
He went 2.
Allen was 3rd. Oh
Allen
no,
was
sorry,
third.
no, sorry. You're right. No,
I thought you meant third overall.
He was the second quarterback, 3rd overall.
Second
Yes,
quarterback,
that's what I meant.
quarterback. He was not
Yeah,
second
sorry,
overall.
Second quarterback. My apologies. But yeah, here's the thing. I get that having Justin Jefferson can make a lot of quarterbacks look good, but he's making all the throws we were told he could make. It's not just Justin he's going to. He is looking like the quarterback we were promised when he was coming out. And it could just be the Shanahan offense. I understand that.
Mhm.
But we've seen this before. Like, it could be a Brock Purdy situation where, look, he's playing well enough. JJ's got this doesn't really have a stink on him. He's a first rounder. He's coming off of an injury. Let's just ship him out for a second potentially, or we keep him in case of injury because he'll have a year of learning the offense from sitting. But I wouldn't be upset if Darnold keeps playing the way he does, and then the Vikings are like, "Hey, we can't really just let you walk on out of here." So here's
I think
here's a couple
I think
years
what's
ago.
I
have
think
to
what's-
give McCarthy a chance.
yeah. See, I think what's going to end up happening more than likely is they will probably they'll probably try and just trade him for something and get something for him.
They have to punt on the rest of the season, which I don't think they want to do.
No, okay, but here's the thing. I think
and they're not going to franchise
story-
him either. Because
the biggest story out of this game, more than anything, is just the absolute condemnation of the fucking Jets. Because
Yes.
that's now 2 quarterbacks who years
Are
later
thriving in other places.
are like coming out and being like, hey, I'm actually like halfway decent. I'm not elite. I'm not one of the 5 best or 10 best quarterbacks in football in Geno or Sam Darnold, but I'm competent. I know how to run an offense.
Okay, but Gino took like nearly 10 years. So let's
yes,
back
I
up.
know, but he never got the second chance. That's the thing. Like this, and Sam Darnold's second chance was, hey, I went to an even somehow worse organization.
I agree.
Like,
Here's the
and
thing.
that's-
I think having that 1 year just riding the bench in Carolina.
yeah, I think it
Or
helped.
not Carolina.
I think it helped a lot.
San
And-
Fran.
San Fran.
It's-
Because he's essentially already familiar with the offense at that
Sure.
point.
But I think that's
I
the
mean,
big story.
secondly, the other story with this is it looks like the injury bug might be hitting the Niners this year. It's like once every 4 years, the injury bug just destroys this team. It looks like it's happening right now. McCaffrey's on
injury
IR.
bug is destroying the NFL right now. Let's be honest.
We got news a few days ago that Debo is going on IR.
Not the Niners wide receiver that Chance wanted to get hurt.
Yeah, no. Not the guy I wish would get injured, but okay, that's mean to say. But
I'm just going to tell you right now.
So Chance is that mad about Ayuk spurring the
Yes,
Steelers.
of course he is.
The 49ers right now are so glad that they didn't make that trade. They're so glad they didn't make that trade. The trade that maybe they wish they did was the
Cleveland Browns Amari Cooper trade.
the Amari Cooper one. But right now they're so glad that they didn't make the trade with the Steelers because otherwise they wouldn't.
You would have nothing.
Yeah, they wouldn't have anything. But yeah, when someone Matt mentioned the whole NFL right now,
it's rough. This is a bad year for years.
I feel like we're just getting in the next 2 weeks. Every team is essentially just going to be half practice squad.
The product is going to suffer.
Weirdly enough, the Ravens are getting hit with injury bug, which is rare.
Yeah.
Well, there's a stat we across the NFL that we haven't really talked about that I've wanted to, and I keep my ADHD just keeps making me forget to bring it up. The touchdowns across the board are down for the first 2 games of the season.
Oh, yes.
Like it's like it dropped like 20 last year, and it's down like another 20 this year. It is ridiculous.
Look, the cycle's coming back. The cycle of. And it's a vicious cycle of
run and pass.
Yeah, of what's the dominant? Pass was dominant. Guess what? The run game's back, guys. It's the run game. The run game
has to be back because of what defenses are doing to the pass.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah.
3 years ago, everyone went, we think we figured out Patrick Mahomes, and it's the 2 high safeties. And then Patrick Mahomes went, yeah, no, that's not it. But it kind of worked on everyone else.
Yeah.
And so now we've got
we have 31 other guys, then this ain't so bad.
But that's what it worked on everyone else. And so we're back to 2 high safeties. And now it's the run game's going to start dominating. With the best possible thing in the world for running backs is guess what? Probably your value is going to go up. And
they aren't because they're still going to be. They are still going to view running backs as a dime a dozen.
Okay, but their value is going to go up a little bit. And the wide receiver market's going to crash.
Oh, it's going to crater.
It's going to absolutely crater because they're not getting the numbers that they were 5 years ago or 3 years ago because. The defenses have last year even the defenses have figured it out. And so I think I understand why Jamar Chase right now wants to get paid because he might not get paid this again next year. But we'll get to that game.
What's next on the docket?
Next is our actual upset of the week.
Yeah, Raiders.
I don't consider this an upset. I'm probably one of
really.
How?
Because the reason being, I didn't think the Ravens were going to be all that good this year because of all the losses on defense.
Sure, but you'd still expect them to be better than.
It's the Ravens
be better,
and gonna
beat this team.
should be this team.
I'm a big Antonio Pierce fan as a coach, so that.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna like me.
Was he ever a Brown?
No, he wasn't.
I think Antonio Pierce doesn't make the end of the season.
I don't know.
If he keeps getting some more of these wins,
they are going to give him the chance to get a quarterback first.
Yeah.
This win though says a lot, or rather, this loss says a lot about the Ravens. Since 2022, they have blown 10 points. What about Dan Quinn being ultimate joker? John Harbaugh is quietly putting together a Hall of Fame choke resume.
But not only okay, and I think it really comes down to their identity. They don't have an identity on offense. They keep going. We're gonna make Lamar a passer. We're gonna make Lamar a passer. We're gonna make, and then in the final, and then sorry, no, and then they went and got Derrick Henry so that they could not do this.
That's my thing. Okay, here's what I'm questioning. Like you're up by 10. It's the fourth quarter. All you need at this point, you run clock to run down the clock and win the game. you have Derrick Henry, who's currently averaging, let me check my notes. Yeah, nearly 5 yards a carry. Jump on that fucker's back, give him the rock, and just go to a win. Like it's not that you gave him, but either way, okay. I don't give a fuck how old he is. If he's getting 5 yards a carry, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like if this is why you got Derrick Henry. Like, just give him the rock, let him go. Even if you don't move the ball as much, you're still taking time off the clock. Like, why are you going to get Derrick Henry if you're only going to give him 1 carry up by 10?
Ego is a thing. And when you have arguably the second best, it goes back to the Marshawn Lynch in the Super Bowl. You had Marshawn Lynch, arguably the greatest running back at the time, and you decide to pass it. Yeah. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. They have Derrick Henry, arguably, I don't think so, but arguably one of the best running backs in the league.
Yeah.
And they also have arguably one of the best quarterback in the league behind Patrick Mahomes. So it's an ego thing. You want your quarterback who's got this pedigree behind his name to be the one making the plays. It's an ego thing as a coach and when it comes to players. And I will gladly take the Ravens being 0-2.
Well, not only
I will too, but Jesus,
here are so I just looked it up. So Ravens got the ball back. So Ravens with a minute 45. Sorry, no, with 9 minutes left. With 9 minutes left, they were up by a touchdown. All right, 1st and 10 on their own 20. Shotgun to Derrick Henry for 5 yards. Shotgun to Lamar Jackson for no gain. For no gain. Penalty on Robinson for a neutral zone infraction, so they got 3, 4, 5 yards. 3rd and 1 went to had a false start, no play. Lamar Jackson incomplete pass to Zay Flowers, punt. Next one, and then Raiders go down, score a touchdown to tie the game. So at this point, Ravens have to get points. They just have to go down and get points. But also there's 3 minutes 40. So hey, get points and also
bleed the clock.
Take some time off the clock. They go Lamar Jackson.
Did they throw it like 3 times?
Yeah, Lamar Jackson sacked. Shotgun for no gain and short pass for 3-yard gain, punt.
As someone else had a great week this week, Max Crosby played great.
Max Crosby went fuck you, Joe Alt, and came out and I'm still damn good.
I'm still good.
I can do this, damn it.
Yeah. It's look, there's a very I don't think it's going to happen.
You want to see John Harbaugh fired?
No.
Okay.
There's a real chance the Ravens go 0-5. I don't think it happens, but they go Cowboys, Bills, Bengals. All 3 of those are losable games.
The Bungles are not good.
Yeah, you can beat the Bengals, I'm assuming.
No, but all three of those are losable games. Like, would you?
I don't think the Bengals is, but I will give you the rest.
They're losable, yes.
And then after that they go, and then they should so if they do, then they'll get their first win against the Commanders. And then they play the Bucks in prime time, which again, that's not a guaranteed win.
Well, that'd be fun.
Then the Browns, Then the Browns, not a guaranteed win. They got a rough schedule. These were two. This was a win you had to have, essentially.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So
Jacob, realistically, they might be 2-3 or 2 or 3 wins by week 9, and that's it.
Yeah, look, here's the thing. I think they win this weekend against the Cowboys. I don't believe in the Cowboys.
Right.
Don't. You gave me so much hope. I'm
worried. I'm worried about their game with us. I think they could beat us. I'm worried. That's a 50-50 game. I don't know who's going to win that.
Their defense is ass. You have Josh Allen.
Yeah, it is a Sunday night game, so we'll see.
And their defense is ass.
Exactly.
Ours isn't amazing.
Yeah, but at least your quarterback can actually throw the ball.
To who?
Keon, if he's healthy.
Keon, after it's not scoring,
got fucking nothing last week
because they didn't need him.
Play.
They didn't need him
did.
to do anything.
Yeah, no, he did play. Trust me,
Oh,
I have
did.
fantasy. He did play. And I
Trust
really
me,
needed
we
him to
know.
play.
We saw Jacob sit Keon Coleman for Marvin Harrison Jr. or play Keon Coleman for Marvin Harrison.
Speaking of Marvin Harrison Jr.,
O-H-I-O. Hang on, Sloopy.
Talking about bad
Hang
injury.
on.
luck. Bad
I
injury. luck.
blinked, and they were up 14-0.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck happened?
I warned
Yeah,
you.
not
it
gonna
was
lie.
Ohio
Like,
State
like
week.
I think this was a later slate game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
so
so we're now
this
into
is
the
a-
latest
this is
play.
a-
This is
I had tuned into Pittsburgh. I went back and forth with this game. Like, well, the game was on commercial. I
No,
kept seeing the
Buck,
score for
not
the Cardinals
Kyler
go
Murray.
up.
You
What the
shut the
hell?
fuck
What the
up.
hell happened?
Like
This-
so I was on so this was on Red Zone. I was watching on Red Zone, and they were still showing the stuff. They were showing the end of the Patriots Seahawks game because that went into overtime. So that was like their main one that they were showing. And then and the Chiefs Bengals had just started as well. So they were kind of like showing those two. And then suddenly they went, oh, by the way, Marvin Harrison Jr. has 2 touchdowns. I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
How'd that happen?
Listen, Maserati Marv is being wasted with a shit quarterback. Just putting that out there right now.
I mean, he did pretty well this week with said quarterback.
let's
so-
start the break.
He
Hey,
did pretty well this week.
listen, Marvin Harrison Jr. made Kyle McCord look good, so let's slow it down there.
But yeah, these are the kind of numbers we thought we were going to get with Marvin Harrison Jr. when he entered the NFL. Not last week when he had like one catch for 4 yards.
Yeah, one catch
Because
for
the
4
midget
yards.
doesn't
So
know how
that's-
to target him.
So it's here's the other thing. It's either Bills actually have a half decent corner and half decent defense, or last week was just weird and this week's the outlier. But I'm gonna feel slightly good about maybe our Bills defense wasn't horrific. I don't know.
Yeah.
We shut down Tyreek Hill and we shut down Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm gonna live with that.
Listen, AJ, JSN is faster. That's why he's better. But overall, talent-wise, MHJ all the way.
At the same time, though, look at the Rams. My God, how bad! How much
They might be more
carrying on
injured than the
Kansas
Niners.
defense?
They are decimated, absolutely
there's no one.
decimated.
So, McVay on TV next year, huh?
Maybe
At this rate, probably.
at this point, maybe. I think I do think we could be seeing the last season of Matthew Stafford, and we could be seeing the last season of McVay as the head coach. I think this could be the.
I will
one.
say, last week, I'm on one of my keeper fantasy leagues. I had a chance to keep Cooper Kupp, and I didn't do it, and I really regretted it. I regret the decision for 1 week because
Not so much.
we got word this week that Cooper Kupp is once again turning into Cooper Kupp IR, going back to the injured list.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp's on IR.
You're done. They're done.
Yeah, it's just look, they're done. They're straight up done.
Like what free agent receivers are still out there?
Robin, free agent. I don't know who's in
Free agent? Yeah, no
No
one.
one.
And
Free agent.
Andy Isabella.
Yeah, I don't think there's really
savior.
anyone in free agency, but yeah.
Hey, the Rams like undersized, speedy receivers. Andy, this is me. He went to school with me
Let's
in
see.
high school.
Best
I'm
available
a-
receiver.
There it is.
Oh Jesus!
second round pedigree. So
Michael
I know
Michael
everyone
Thomas, Willie Snead,
Michael
Hunter
Thomas.
Renfro.
Oh, they absolutely will sign Michael Thomas.
Okay, you want to know actually? In all seriousness, actually, you want to know what could they do?
Trade for someone?
This could be the landing spot for Adams.
Yeah.
If the Raiders do decide, and instead of going to the Jets, he goes, "I'm going to the Rams." That's a potential one. But
the Raiders would have to be like 2-7 by the trade deadline.
Yeah. Could be.
I mean, they could be.
No, you're hoping they'll be. Let's.
Yeah.
No.
But either way, Rams, things are looking really rough for you, and
This
it
might
doesn't
be
look like
a-
it's gonna get better
And
anytime
also,
soon.
isn't this the first year they have a first round pick?
No, they have
last
a
year.
shot this
They
past
had
week.
one last
They just had a first
Okay,
round pick.
but my points are if the Rams aren't doing well, why would they even waste their time trading for
Yeah.
Devontae?
Get a higher pick.
Yeah.
Plan for the future.
Next game.
Plan for your career post Matt Stafford.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. There you go, Chance.
No, boy. We're already
There we
like
go. Okay. Look, let me just say this. Steelers defense, once again, phenomenal. Phenomenal fucking job, defense. And for a good chunk of this game, this was a shutout. And this would have been the first time the Broncos had ever been shut out at home. Secondly, I will say, give offensive line doing great. Well, except for one guy. I'll get to that one second. Offensive line, great job. And also, offense, Justin Fields, great job. We scored a touchdown.
Would have had 2 or 3 if it weren't for the Steelers' offensive line. I watched the game. What'd you say? Justin Fields believer. I watched the game, and you would have had 2 more touchdowns if it weren't for that Steelers' offensive line.
Penalties, yeah. No, okay, that's the other thing. Because some of the best plays this offense made were called back due to penalty. Penalties from one guy, by the way, Broderick Jones.
No, it was 2. It was 2. Broderick had 2, but there was another.
No, he had 3 on that drive.
No. There was the actual touchdown. It was Van Jefferson screwed up the touchdown with George Pickens.
That was okay. No, that was another one. Like a lot of really good plays the Steelers did got called off the board due to penalty. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that penalties are a big problem for our team and a lot in the NFL. Like the NFL refs are not fucking around this year. They are calling a lot of penalties.
They are.
We'll talk about that a lot in football.
Our next two games are very penalty heavy.
But I do have 4 words on this game. God bless Bo Nix.
Longest pass play of the day. Direct snap here and some trickery. Nix taking a shot. Deep down the field. Reynolds.
A few moments later.
One of the worst red zone offenses last season for Denver. On 2nd and goal, Nix protected to the back of the end zone. Picked off.
Oh no!
Did you get the press conference clip?
I knew I was forgetting something. I wish I did. That's the greatest response ever. It's like, what the interception? I dropped back through the ball to the wrong team.
Yes, thank you.
Greatest response. I will give him credit for that one. That was a really great response. Also, does everyone have a drink on them? Just very quickly, does everyone have a drink or something? I'd like to make a toast to the death of Russell Wilson's NFL career. Yeah.
I love how they're playing up this angle of, oh yeah, he's hurt again, so we're gonna prep. No, just announce him as a starter.
It's done. Yep. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Russell Wilson's no longer a starter in the NFL.
Just cut him. Just cut him.
Well, he's still
Justin Fields.
You need a decent.
I wouldn't.
He's probably still better than most backups.
I wouldn't cut him.
Listen, let him go to Carolina. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm not going to Russell to Carolina.
Russell Wilson and Andy Dalton can fight.
We already sent one player to hell. We're not doing it again.
Listen, Kyle Allen is probably just as good as Russell Wilson right now.
No, that's a fucking.
But like. Look, Russell Wilson's done as a starter in the NFL. It's unfortunate the way that it happened because it's
longest pass play of the day. Direct snap here and some trickery. Nix taking a shot deep down the field. Reynolds.
A few moments later.
One of the worst red zone offense.
Okay, we're just back to that. All right.
Would you play the clip again? Just because it made you laugh.
You just wanted to play that clip instead of me talking, apparently, about Russell Wilson. Okay.
Oh,
What the hell happened? My laptop bugged out.
Okay.
I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that for a second.
My hands were nowhere near the laptop.
Okay.
Just like you didn't.
Anyway, I think right now we're down to Steelers playing pretty decently. Their offense still has a little bit to be desired.
But that's new coordinator, new
yeah.
TV,
a lot. There's.
I will say I like that we're running the football effectively. I think that's nice.
Yeah, I mean you have Arthur Smith. That makes sense.
Hey, they're passing effectively too.
Yeah,
they're passing effectively when they need to. When they need to.
Sean, the Saints completely and utterly robbed the Broncos of a Sean Payton draft pick because Sean Payton as a coach has not worked out.
That's the other thing. Like Sean Payton and Well, first of all, Bo Nix. Bo Nix has been fucking awful.
He's been terrible.
These last 2 weeks.
And
I say it when he was drafted, I'm like, I get why, but they're reaching on Bo Nix.
Yeah, it was a reach. The problem in the draft, and this is you and I went back and forth on this. Problem with this draft was there were 5 quarterbacks and 6 teams who needed one. And the problem the Broncos had was if they didn't grab him, the Raiders were going to. Yeah, and they wouldn't, and the Raiders.
Honestly, at this point, given what they've seen, they'd probably let him go to the Raiders.
Look, at this point, maybe, and you just ride with Zach Wilson for a year. Maybe that was the right move, but because Bo Nix, he's making really dumb decisions, and it's been kind of overshadowed because everyone kind of knew. Like it's been overshadowed. This rookie class has not been good so far. I get we're 2 games in, and I'm not, and like. It's 2 games and you can't really jump up and down about 2 games, but yeah, this rookie class hasn't been great.
Because there isn't one, AJ.
I will also say, once again, God bless the Steelers defense. God bless TJ Watt. TJ Watt, by the way, got the first sack via aura I've ever seen. TJ Watt is so scary. He tackles guys just by being in their presence.
Yeah,
I think that's amazing.
I don't want to get touched.
TJ Watt. Happened twice, by the way. Both Highsmith and TJ Watt got sacked without even touching the quarterback. This game was rough offensive for both sides. It was just a little less rough for Pittsburgh, but they're figuring it out little by little. Next week. Let's get 2 touchdowns. I think it would be awesome. Let's keep it going.
Next,
and with 2-0,
wait for next week's game.
We're 2-0, and we are where we belong at the top of the AFC North. Let's go.
I cannot believe that. I cannot believe.
Listen, I learned not to bet against Mike Tomlin. I will bet against John Harbaugh, and I definitely will bet against that piece of shit in Cincinnati because he was not a great coach. He's been held up by a quarterback. But yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I keep putting the fear of God into Chance by saying that the Bengals are going to wise up and fire Zach Taylor. And go get Ben Johnson or something. And he's just like, please don't. I'm just begging you. I do not need a competent coach with Joe Burrow.
Keep Zach Taylor. He's not that bad. He got to the Super Bowl, so that happened.
Speaking of refs and
Bengals
at Chiefs.
No, don't go refs. That was the correct
call. This one was the correct call. I hate this team. I fucking hate
it's not that it was the bad. It just seems like whenever Kansas City is on the verge of losing, there's always some ticky-tacky penalty that gets called out of nowhere.
And I agree with you. And here's the thing. I 100% agree with you. This one wasn't. This one was not a ticky-tack. This was 100% PI. I agree. It was the right call.
And Chance, here's the thing. We know this from watching the Patriots all those years. Any other dynasty, you always get those calls.
And
it's just what happens in any league.
The frustrating thing is it's 100% a penalty. But we all know if it was the other way around,
they wouldn't get that penalty.
They don't call it. Because it's the last play of the game. They never call them on Hail Marys, ever. They'll never call it on a Hail Mary, and that's what this was, and they just don't call it. And that's the frustrating part, and that's why it's just really, really annoying is because that, they're going to call it because it's this team and it's this guy and it's just what they do. And God, I hate this fucking team.
The frustrating thing is
if you don't hate the team, you've just been mentally abused by them or victimized for a few years.
It's not just that. Just even when this team doesn't look great, they still find ways to win. Patrick Mahomes has not been himself. This was
one of the worst games I've ever seen Patrick Mahomes play. This was horrific. This was bad. This was bad by Mahomes. It's one of his worst regular season games I've ever seen him play. That first pick is one of the worst I've seen him.
I don't know
throw.
who he was.
I don't know who he was going for.
Plus,
the second
but,
pick
hey,
is one
but,
of the.
but don't worry. Tony Romo will glaze him regardless of how bad he's playing.
Oh yeah. Now the second pick is one of the greatest defensive catches.
Oh my god, that's an interception of the year.
Like, that
Cam
one
Taylor
was
Britt.
incredible.
Oof.
But yeah, and you're right. It's so frustrating that they play like shit and they're still winning, and they're still winning these games, and you just want to tear your hair out.
Because they're that
and it's look, if they were playing not even Bab, they're using one in particular person more. Travis Kelce, what happened?
Where did you go?
I can tell you
Taylor
exactly what happened. He don't want to play football anymore. He don't
He's
want to get
old.
hurt. He doesn't
He's
want to play
old.
football.
It's gonna be Happy Gilmore 2 now.
You know what?
He is literally
And a Ryan Murphy show.
Chance. Here's the thing. He is the guy who is like, just get me to the playoffs. That's where I'll try.
Yeah,
just get me to the
Probably.
playoffs.
Yeah.
And
I need you now, Travis. I need you now.
He knows that team can get into the playoffs. So as soon as playoffs hit, he's gonna be. You're gonna get old Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
So he's become 2020 Gronk. Is what you're saying? He's become 2020 Gronk.
Well, no, because he is how old now? Like
33, I think.
He's
34.
Yeah, he's 34.
No,
and he's about to be 35.
Yeah. A 35-year-old tight end. He's done. He will be done at the end of this year. He is there. Who
just signed an extension.
Yeah, because hey, free money.
Yeah.
That is the extension to
retire as a Chief.
Yeah, but also like, hey, pay me some now so we can flex the cap and then do the Saints thing of kick all the money down the line so we can go all in on this year. That's what the Chiefs have done. They've kicked all the money. They're all in on this year so that they can get.
Granted, he doesn't need the money. He just signed a $100 million podcast deal.
No, I know, but it's also and he's dating a billionaire. So
and they're talking about starting a family. Like he's literally starting to think about life after football.
And he's
apparently
going to start acting now, which I cannot wait to see.
Oh God!
But like the thing, Travis Kelce right now is very much playing like a guy.
Guys, hear me out.
What?
Hear me out. Space Jam 3 starring Travis Kelce.
Oh God!
I think he might be a worse actor than LeBron.
But like, that's that
movie's a treasure.
That's where we're at
better than the
right
first
now
one.
Is
those are fighting words.
It's the truth. Story wise, and LeBron was definitely a better actor than Michael Jordan.
Okay, we're not going to best Space Jam.
That's a whole separate.
You started this.
Yeah.
I did.
But this
Okay,
look,
Jacob,
Travis Kelce is playing like a guy who went on a worldwide tour during the offseason and hasn't really been focusing on football. And also, and the other big thing, Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes played this game like people who went to the US Open in this week instead of going to practice. That's how they played. That's because that's who they are. That's who they are right now. If they make it, and then when they football is secondary right now, and it will become the focus in December. And then suddenly they're going to be this world-bending team, beating.
They're not even focused, and they're still winning.
Patrick's playing like a guy who's got biracial children, and his wife doesn't care about their future.
Wow. Didn't you hear? He's now recanted because Donald Trump hated Taylor Swift.
Because of how he treated Taylor Swift. That's why I wanted someone to bring it up.
Oh man.
You hate my new best friend. I don't like you anymore. Oh.
That's okay. Oh, and so I also but I will say this, because I'm always cursed with my fantasy team always getting injured, I made the decision to just draft a whole bunch of Chiefs players. Isaiah Pacheco, injured.
And now he's hurt.
And guess who's back? Kareem motherfucking Hunt.
Kareem Hunt's
about to form an elite kicking duo with Harrison Butker.
Oh my God. Exactly. Well, that was a great tweet, Chance.
Hey, that was like 5 years ago at this point.
That's still a genius tweet by Chance.
Hey, listen. Chance, he was drunk and she called him the N-word.
Oh.
As a black man, if you were drunk.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Jesus. Why are we going down this path?
I don't know why we're going down this path.
Why are we?
I don't know.
What's the next game, Jake?
Let's talk about Sunday Night Football. Okay.
Okay, we want to talk about
rap.
penalties in this game.
Jesus.
Yeah. 21 accepted penalties in Sunday Night Football. Like that was ridiculous.
This was bad.
Like the third quarter for this game was on for days.
Yeah. But you want to know what? I just keep looking like I know shit because Caleb Williams keeps looking like garbage. You replace Justin Fields for a guy who looks just as good as Justin Fields looks.
Have had long down in distance in this second half. And it's almost going to
Hello, darkness, my old friend. The Bears have lost the game again.
Oh, you're upset that I'm not calling? Well, you know what, Mom? I'm upset that you made me a Bears fan. Mm-hmm. That's child abuse.
God. Yeah, look, he has not played well. He really, really has not played well so far this year.
He's looking like what people
who
doubted him thought he would look like.
Yeah.
Thing is, like some of it's not his fault. Like the dude is pressured on 36 out of 37 dropbacks he took.
This O-line's bad.
That sounds so familiar.
Yeah, the O-line is really bad. The O-line's terrible. But the defense is really good. The Bears have a really
kept them in this game.
It's not just that. Like Williams and his receivers are just not on the same page, like at all. Like, they're not even reading the same fucking book.
Yeah.
The ones that are healthy anyway.
I keep making the joke, not joke, but Bears probably didn't need to get Odunze. They needed to get an O lineman badly. I know there wasn't
really no lineman left at that.
It wasn't really at that
There
point.
was.
They were didn't
Fashanu was on, the only ones who were off the board were
Alt and
it was Alt and JC Latham. Those are the only guys who were off the board. So Fuaga was
that's
there.
right. Yeah,
Fashanu was there. Literally any interior O lineman they wanted was there.
Yeah,
it's just they
went for the
probably
pick
should have
of getting Odunze.
Yeah, they went for the second pick, which I get because Keenan Allen was only on a 1-year deal, but maybe should have got up for a line.
Keenan Allen's also old.
Yeah,
no, I get the pick. Yeah, he didn't even play.
I get the pick. They're taking an O lineman in the first round next year. I promise you that shit.
Yeah, probably.
They might take two because they got their second round pick and they got the fucking.
Well, they're gonna have the 33rd overall pick. So
exactly.
they might just be like, hey, 2 seconds to someone who lets us draft a lineman.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. If they trade their first and the 2 seconds and go up and get them.
They might not need to trade their first. I'm just saying they might just be like, yeah, let's trade 2 seconds and go up and draft a second lineman to go along when we draft a pick.
Yeah.
I just don't know how many linemen are going to drop next season. But, yeah. But no, that is a problem for the Bears. CJ Stroud looked awesome. Looks like one of
Nico Collins looks awesome.
Bro, the pass he made that was a dot as he was getting tackled. I was like, that's beautiful. It's art in motion.
This was again. That was a good game. It was fine. It was just penalties ruined this, and again, Texans they're forced to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Game of the week.
Yeah.
And more, not just
which is ironic. Which is ironic because for the most part it wasn't. Like it was actually a pretty dull game for a good chunk of it. Then the fourth quarter happened. I will say,
for most of this game, I wanted to kill myself.
Yeah. For
I
most
didn't
of this
even
game,
watch
the
this game, I'm
Eagles.
gonna be honest.
For most of this game, the Eagles had it pretty well in hand. Jalen Hurts was looking really good. He was playing really well. He threw the ball effectively. He ran the ball effectively. It should be worth noting that A.J. Brown was not playing and will not be playing for the foreseeable future. That's going to be an important factor later down the line. Yeah, at least 4 weeks. But they were looking quite good against the Falcons. Falcons also once again failed to live up to their potential. There was one play, I don't know a bit, but where like C.J. Gardner-Johnson had the chance to make a touchdown-saving tackle, didn't fucking do it. Once again, Kobe looking down from heaven in disgust at C.J. Gardner-Johnson wearing his number, but he did redeem himself. The Falcons had to go. They were down by 6. They had to go. Sorry, down by 3. Had to go for it. They got stopped by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And look, they had the ball with, let me just check the clock here. Hold on.
Minute 43.
I'm trying to
check the clock. That's more than Nick Sirianni did.
No, they had the ball with 5 minutes. 5 minutes left on the clock. All you have to do is just run the ball, kill clock, save the game, and win the game. You have Saquon, who at this point running pretty well. Jalen Hurts also running pretty well. They're gashing him. They're wasting a ton of time.
That in the second half when Jalen Hurts just went, I am owning this game. As the resident Eagles hater, I just went, fuck this shit. Like I was done. I was like, oh, they're winning this game. Fuck me. Like I knew at that point I was just wrong.
Chance was all ready to left.
Oh, the chat. Oh my god.
Well, David tried to justify himself. Was like, yeah, well, at least I took big swings. You took safe bets.
I was down bad. I was down real bad.
That is how the fourth quarter happened. Okay, so here's what happened. The Eagles are on Atlanta's 17-yard line. It's 1st and 10. They run it for 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Run it again for another 3 yards. It's 3rd and 3. The Falcons at this point have no timeouts. So, I mean, you have 2 guys who are averaging, let's see, a little over 4 yards a carry a piece. I'm sorry, 5. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, a little over 4 yards a carry a piece. I mean, it would make sense to run the ball again, but they decide to do something else.
3rd down and 3. Barkley in the backfield. Hurts. Barkley dropped it. And that obviously. You blew it!
Giants fans are smiling at that moment. I don't hate the play call. Yeah, because Saquon should have caught that, but also you should not.
That's the thing. That drop single-handedly makes Saquon might not talk to the player of the week because, like, that is the moment you need to come down with that ball. I don't even hate the play call. I think play design's fine. It's a good play design because he's open. He catches that the first down, game's over, but he doesn't catch it. And that's the worst possible thing that could happen here.
And here's the thing. It had worked earlier in the game because that was the exact same play is what got Saquon to the 1 yard line when he should have had a touchdown, but he didn't. He got on the 1 yard line and they took the.
And you know what happens then? You know what happens when they get there.
I know. You've seen this movie.
And that was but like that was it had worked earlier.
Tush push, by the way, gonna be just fine without Jason Kelce.
Yeah, well, shut up. But like, So again, you're right. This is 100% on Saquon. 100%. I know a lot of people have been attacking Sirianni for the play call. I think it's
Sirianni straight up came out and said that wasn't his call. Like he said that was Kellen Moore's decision.
Well, okay, cool. So he's okay, all right.
He's throwing people under the bus.
I'm getting them like so.
Jacob is the resident Sirianni.
The head coach threw the coordinator under the bus.
Yes,
fucking hell. What the hell does Sirianni do on this team?
Nothing.
Seriously, I don't know. He's getting fired this year. I'm telling you right now.
Everyone's predicted that.
He's getting fired. He is a bad head coach.
If this shit keeps happening, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Nick Saban to Philly?
No, that will never happen.
That was a joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, so again, that drop means the clock stopped, which is the worst possible thing. So the Eagles have to settle for a field goal. And you've now given Kirk Cousins, let me check, 1:39 to mark down the field.
One thing I will criticize. When the clock stopped, go for the 4th down. Go for it. Don't kick the field goal. Go for it. I
That's
don't
because you've been
agree.
doing pretty well going for it then.
I at that point just run a play because you can take the 40 seconds off, and you then put down.
Pin them down. Yeah, you pin them down.
But then you then dare Atlanta. All right, are you willing to go for it all, or are you just going to settle for a field goal?
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, you're daring Atlanta to not have to go all in. They're like, hey, all right, which one are you going to do? Are you going to go for a field goal to just tie the game, or are you going to try and win this thing? Like, that's a genuine play call that I think is a criticism of Sirianni. After the first one fucks up, just run the ball then. Go, nope, we're taking 40 seconds off the clock. Fuck you.
They'll run both times, and then they have no time left. But yes,
But then at the same time, okay, look, they kick the ball back to Kirk Cousins. It's Kirk Cousins in prime time. He's not going to go march on the field and score. He marched on the fucking field and score because the Eagles defense
give him that much time.
Deep prevent.
So
even Kirk Cousins in prime time has that much time. He's going to do something.
And that's another problem that the Eagles had in this game, where they got no pressure on Kirk Cousins.
No. It's like they probably shouldn't have given up he's really ruined two teams in Jets and Eagles.
Hassan Reddick.
Like, he's really just going, hey, I'm fucking both of yous over now. I was right about this Eagles defense. It's not good. This Eagles defense isn't good. It's really not good.
Well, until the final drive, they've been playing pretty well.
I don't know. They made Kirk Cousins look like Mahomes and Tom Brady. I don't know.
On the final drive. Okay.
On the final drive, they made Kirk fucking Cousins on Monday Night Football look like Tom Brady. It took 3 passes. That's the thing. It wasn't like it took 3 passes to just instantly be in the red zone. That's not good. That's really.
I do got to give some guff to one of my favorite DBs in the game. He just made a bad decision. Darius Slay, dude, you watch that play back. Like, he has got his eyes on Kirk Cousins the entire time, which he's trying to outsmart Kirk and jump the route. You can't do that when your line's not getting any pressure.
Yeah, that wasn't smart. And then, look, I understand it's the end of the game and you're in desperation mode, but that pass from Jalen at the end of the game wasn't good. The interception, that wasn't a good pass. I get that honestly, that was a Fields in Chicago last year pass. Like, where
don't besmirch the name of Justin Fields.
He
did not have any choice in Chicago. Luke Getsy was his fucking coordinator, for Christ's sake.
I don't know how many times you look at I saw Justin Fields throw a really dumb fourth quarter interception. So
if only he had a line to protect them and a receiver besides DJ,
which he has now.
Yes. He has now. And look what happened. Look what's happening. Winning.
He's not scoring.
Hey,
doesn't matter if you're scoring. Matters if you're winning.
2-0,
unending battle.
2-0, and it's not his fault that Broderick James can't fucking line up correctly or go play without holding someone. So,
2-0. But yeah, this is a bad loss. I mean, this is the win the Falcons really needed, but this is a bad loss on the part of Philly. And because of this loss, the NFC East is now led by Washington.
NFC least, baby.
Yeah, we're in for one of those years. I mean, okay, in all seriousness, every single division at the moment is fucking hilarious in the NFC.
Yes.
Commanders lead the East, Seahawks lead the West, Vikings lead the North, and Saints lead the South. Like, it's like Saints, that's just hilarious. Bills lead the East, Chargers lead the West, which I just love that at the moment. Chiefs aren't first in their division right now, which is hilarious. Steelers lead the North, and Texans are the only one where we expected it.
Yes.
Yeah. And Bills, I guess, as well. But like,
Who besides you expected the Bills to be first in the
Vegas.
AFC East?
Vegas did.
It's still Josh Allen. It's still Josh Allen.
Yeah, Vegas expected them
I
to.
expected them to be like number 2. I didn't expect them.
No,
to be
Vegas did. It was close. Like it wasn't like all the other ones where most of them were the odds-on favorite. Yeah. But yeah, all right.
Moving on.
That's this week's. Let's talk about all the shitty games that are coming up this week. We have a really bad week in football.
The trick this week is to find the watchable game for the week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Thursday Night Football, Patriots and Jets.
Straight up telling you right now, I'm not watching this game on Thursday. I'm going to be finding something. I will work. I'm going to do something else. I'm not watching this game. This is going to be a disaster. Absolute train wreck.
Is it sad to say that like the two best games may be fucking Chicago, Indianapolis because of how bad both those teams are, so it should be an interesting watch at least. And then Baltimore and Dallas.
Yeah.
I've got Jets winning this, but I actually think it's going to be closer.
I'll pick Patriots to a small upset. I'll pick Patriots.
I'm going Jets.
I'm going to go Patriots with Calm because that defense actually looks like it can do something unlike the Jets.
Jets, but they don't cover. Like I don't think they cover at all.
Probably not.
All right, so for stonks or not stonks this game, say Garrett Wilson.
Ooh, against that team, I'm going to say not stonks.
My fantasy team needs it.
My fantasy team needs it too.
Not stonks. But he's not like all time bad.
Not stonks. And it kills me to say.
All right. Broncos at Bucks. Let's go.
Continuing his Baker for MVP.
Baker Mayfield, stonks player of the week. Bucks.
Yes.
If I had okay, I know I said last week if they win, I was going to put $100. If I had $100, I would, but I don't have that money, so I'm not going to. But
spiritually, I'm putting $100 on the stake.
Yeah, spiritually, right now, I'm putting $100.
Someone else wants to do it for Jacob.
And I swear to God, if he wins MVP, I'm going to cry.
Stonks or not stonks? Someone's been like quietly stonked past couple weeks. Chris Godwin.
Oh, stonks.
Oh, stonks. Yeah.
Hell yeah. He's doing well.
Yep. Against this defense. Yeah.
I guess.
All right. What's next?
Very early candidate for unwatchable game of the week.
That is the most unwatchable game of the week. And I'm saying that as someone.
Exactly.
Listen, I am choosing to go to the Matrix 25th or the 25th anniversary re-release over watching this game, and I'm a Browns fan.
I'm okay. I'm telling you right now.
Don't bet on it.
Browns lose this game.
Oh my God.
We might bring you back just to cover this game, Matt.
Yep. Browns lose this game.
If the Browns lose this game, y'all might be flying to Cleveland for a funeral.
Oh, Jesus.
Because Jesus fucking Christ.
Listen, here's the thing. We are Myles Garrett is playing injured. Denzel Ward is playing injured.
Yes.
Deshaun Watson is Deshaun Watson.
You shouldn't lose this.
You should not.
This is the one game that scares me about out of the next few.
This has all the writings of a trap game.
To be fair, we do have Martin Emerson Jr. We do have Greg Newsome still, so I'm not as worried about the secondary as if Denzel were to miss time. But yeah.
All right, next
stonks for this one. Amari Cooper.
MJ Emerson. No. MJ Emerson. As a Browns fan, I'm gonna say MJ Emerson stonks.
Okay, that wasn't the question. Amari Cooper.
No. I can't talk about Amari right now. Motherfuckers are
you're gonna talk about it. Goddammit. Amari Cooper stonks, not stonks.
Not stonks because he's been
stonks because it's hard to be worse.
No.
It's against the Giants. I'm gonna say stonks. It's against the Giants.
You could have picked any player. Any player, and you pick the most underperforming Brown outside of Deshaun Watson so far.
I'm like, trying to say Deshaun Watson.
And be better.
All right. This is the divorce bowl. Chargers at Steelers this is the one where
Are you and Chance getting married, or
no, me just being on the show next week may get me in trouble.
Oh, okay.
Gonna get divorced before he gets married. Yeah. So look, this is a big test on both sides. This is gonna be the best defense Justin Herbert's gone against. Conversely, it's gonna be the best quarterback that the Steelers are going against in Justin Herbert.
Sure.
I mean, undoubtedly, I'm going with Pittsburgh. It's at home. The Black and Gold Brigade are going to show up, show out.
First home game at that. First home game. It is a home.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take a defense over just having to face Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I'm also fucking like who are the weapons that I should be afraid of? Like if you like again, the two running backs they have right now.
Johnston. I'm just kidding.
Again, you can say J.K. Dobbins. We know J.K. Dobbins. We know J.K. Dobbins very well. So
no, you don't, because he was too injured to play.
No,
it's also true.
We played J.K. a couple times, so you know what? I'm not thinking about J.K. Dobbins. Still, I'm Black and Gold, baby. Let's go. I know what Jacob's saying. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going Chargers. I think Chargers will win this.
He's just saying that.
No, you don't. No, you fucking don't. No, you don't.
Actually believe it.
He doesn't believe it. He's just trying to make sure he's not murdered in his sleep.
You just don't want to on your couch tonight. That's why you're saying Chargers.
Notice he's not talking. He's just giving listen, Justin Fields is going to treat this like it's Ohio State, Michigan week. That's all I got to say, baby.
So when it goes up against Jim Harbaugh, they're going to lose.
No, because he didn't lose against Jim Harbaugh. That was just C.J. Stroud. So watch your mouth, sir.
Look, and also these are weirdly the two top defenses in the league in terms of
Jim Harbaugh.
Right now they are.
Right
now they're the defenses in football.
In terms of points allowed, not yard allowed, points allowed. These are the top two teams.
When you get to play the Panthers, your defense looks amazing.
Chargers played the Panthers.
Yeah, when you get to play the Panthers, your defense looks amazing.
That's a bit of a handicap, but still.
And you guys played a hobbled Kirk Cousins. So
and Bo Nix.
So I guess those two combined make one Panthers. So okay, fair enough. Joe Alt, you've had a good run, but get ready to meet TJ Watt.
All right, I'm not kidding though. Right now, if he stops TJ Watt, like if TJ Watt gets no pressures or anything, which I don't think is going to happen, I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah. But if his stat line looks like Crosby's after week one, I'm going to come on here and be like,
Jacob, it wouldn't be the first time TJ got stopped by a rookie offensive lineman.
No.
Oh, shut up.
And you just booted Matt from the show.
Oh, man.
Happened twice last year.
Oh, just poking the bear. Just poking. As we love to do on this show, apparently.
All right. Next up, because I'm not giving you the satisfaction.
It was, by the way, Steelers All-Stars.
What does that mean?
The Steelers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't need to say it. Everyone's Steelers stonks. Everybody on the other team not stonks. You already know. You already know.
All right. Texans at Vikings.
Surprisingly, two undefeated teams. At least,
weirdly enough.
At least on the Vikings side.
OHIO, baby. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, this is a big game. Actually, this is a big game test for Sam Darnold. All right.
With the rest of the schedule, this could be game of the week.
Honestly, yeah, this could actually be a really fun. This could be a really fun, exciting game. The unfortunate is Jefferson playing, or is he still in? Is he out?
He's predicted to play.
It could change, but as of now,
because
he said he'll be right.
Yes, that obviously changes.
Okay, that's my thing. Okay, I'll give you all my bets later. If Jefferson's like right now, if you're thinking about betting Vikings, don't do it until you know if Jefferson's playing or not.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm going Texans. I think Texans win this game. I think they're just a better team. Sam Darnold's going to have Sam Darnold's going to have a rough game.
Yeah, I'm going Texans on this too. I don't think think that the Sam Darnold insanity run could end very quickly. And, yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be this week, but yeah, I think that we're gonna get a bit of a reality for Sam Darnold.
Sure.
For this one, let's say Joe Mixon.
He might be hurt too. From what I heard.
Yeah, he's hurt because of
Oh, is he?
If he plays,
hip drop tackle.
then I'll say not stop.
You were like, oh, they're gonna ruin the game by banning hip drop tackles, and then
It's never been
nothing
called.
happened.
So what the fuck? So what the fuck was the point?
They've literally not called one yet.
So
It's
what
been
the
like
fuck was the point?
7, and they've not called one yet.
The point was to be able to find players after the fact, not call it in game, since it's so hard to call in game.
For fuck's sake.
But that actually, speaking actually, I didn't mention this, but that was what caused the Chase outburst during the Chiefs game.
Oh yeah, he thought he hip dropped
because he thought he had a hip drop, and Chase right now is so fucking terrified of getting injured because he's got no guaranteed money.
Sure.
Anyway, so
But also he has to be smarter in that moment and not.
Oh, he
Okay,
does.
well then,
Yes, and not blow up in that moment when it's
forget Joe Mixon. Tank Dell.
Stonks.
Not Stonks. Not Stonks.
Well, it's so hard to predict with the Texans wide receivers.
He is not shown up yet. I love him. I have him on multiple fantasy teams. I'm going not Stonks.
I'll roll the dice. Sure.
All right. Huge game for me and a certain bet that I have with Chance. Eagles and Saints.
Oh,
it's a huge game because if the Eagles lose this, I'm back on schedule.
Explain, please. Elaborate.
Okay, so
this is a coin toss for me.
At the start of the year, my big off-season prediction was the Eagles are going 6-11.
Mm-hmm. And we all laughed.
And Chance laughed at me, and then after that Packers game, I got scared because they looked good.
And then for most of the Falcons game,
most of the Falcons game, I was freaking out. I was very scared because I had them losing those two games. This is the first one I had them winning. But if but I did. I thought.
But you didn't think the Saints would look this good.
I thought the Saints were going to be the worst team in football. So if they win this, I'm back on schedule. I'm back on the. Okay, they've only got one win. I'm good.
So what do you get from this bet? I'm curious.
Nothing.
Just validation.
Validation, and yeah, if I lose it, I have to write an apology to Eagles fans.
Ooh, that's good.
So yeah.
In the same way I did to the world when Kenny Pickett got traded.
So wait, if you win, can Chance do the Kenny Pickett apology again?
I already did it.
I said again. Keyword again.
I don't even have it anymore. I sent it away.
All you have to do is watch the video and just write it out again.
There's no point in doing that again.
That would work because Kenny Pickett is on the Eagles. So
yes, exactly. That's exactly what I
want to Kenny Pickett again.
Yep, you get to apologize for Kenny Pickett again.
Oh, God.
I'm going Saints.
Saints.
Of course, you're fucking going with Saints.
I'm starting to believe, and they're at home. Yeah, I'm starting to believe.
I'm going Eagles. I think this will be close, but I'm going Eagles.
Yeah.
If it's not close, then Saints might just win the division.
Yeah.
If it's not close, Saints could win the conference.
Yeah, honestly, we got to
the way this is looking. Yeah.
The NFC is the least.
For this one, since AJ Brown is once again out, Devontae Smith.
Yes. Yeah.
Stokes.
He's gonna put up numbers if AJ Brown's out. Yeah.
All right. Packers at Titans.
Malik Willis revenge.
Malik Willis revenge
game.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's one of the weirdest revenge game you've
Listen, is it really a revenge game when that defense knows his every move?
That's also true.
See, so I'm fascinated by how well this Titans defense, because that Titans defense is good. Right. I'm going to be really interested to see how well it goes up against this run game. And that's the real interesting battle. And then the secondary battle is which quarterback's going to fuck it up for their team.
Will Levis.
So it's going to be
Will Levis.
It could be either.
Here's my stunk, not stunk. And I don't mean is he going to play well. I mean, is he going to have a play that just defies logic? Will Levis.
I don't think he will. I think this is the
Nah,
week.
he'll take a game off. He'll take a
Yeah,
game
I
off
think
and
this is
then
the
come
week he doesn't. We're all like, oh well, that's over, and then next week he has one.
back. Right, exactly.
And the next
Slowly
week he
into a
comes
false
back.
sense of hope.
I think he knows if he has another one this week, he's benched.
Exactly.
Especially after
For who?
I don't know.
Mason
They-
Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph.
You know him well.
I mean, with Mason,
Miles Garrett knows him well too.
Here's the sad part with Mason Rudolph at quarterback, they win both those games.
Yeah.
Probably.
There's competence there.
Yeah.
Sort of.
So not Stonks.
Imagine saying that 3 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah,
I'm going Packers.
I'll go
I'm also
Packers.
going
They're better
Packers.
coached, at least. Yeah.
So far, yes, but I do feel like Will do something funny. I really feel it.
You want him to. Yeah.
I want it
All
to.
right.
Oh, I really
Yeah,
want it to. But
exactly.
I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right. Bears at Colts.
Would we not do?
Give me the
something?
Colts.
Well, yeah,
not Stonks, Will Levis.
Will Levis was the Stonks for
Oh, got it.
for hilarity.
Got it. Oof.
This is gonna be
This is gonna be
this
ugly.
this might be like I said, it could be interesting because of how bad both teams are.
Sure.
Look, if Caleb Williams is gonna make a step forward, this is the game. You get the run
Against
game
this
going,
defense,
which you can
yeah.
do against Indianapolis.
Or DeAndre
Hope
Swift.
that game
DeAndre
is.
Swift has a massive game.
Yeah. Could.
Good. He should. In theory, he should. He really should.
Sure.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, there's a problem. But he really should.
Like, if the Bears are going to do anything this year, and as in like make the playoffs or
They gotta
anything,
win these type of games.
they have to win this game.
If the Bears lose, does Eberflus get fired?
Not after this
No.
game.
Not after this game, God no. But because the problem, I don't know when Eberflus gets fired because that defense is really good,
Yeah.
It's keeping them.
and that's the problem right now. Is it's like, oh, okay, so we need to get you an offensive coordinator, or
Yes.
But they tried that.
I know, so
Not working. Try again.
Yeah. But yeah, we need to build a fucking O line. But so I'm going with the Bears, but yeah,
I'll go Colts because Richardson is capable of making
yeah,
the
that's
major
fair.
making the big
plays. So I'll go
plays.
Colts. And you still have
Also
Jonathan
Colts.
Taylor, so
Well, yeah, that's going to be my player I'm throwing up for Stonks. AR5.
I say no.
Could go-
Not
there's
the
no
most-
in. There's no in between. There's no
Yeah,
in
no,
between.
he's either really Stonks or really not. There is no in between.
Yeah,
I'll say
So-
no against the defense, but maybe
Yeah, no, because
maybe
of
he'll
the
get lucky
defense.
once with one throw.
yeah. All right. Unwatchable game of the week.
Another one.
Again. Oh, no.
That's a
This is
horrible
the
week.
one.
Oh, actually, no,
have,
this-
again.
It's
we
Andy
have to
Dalton
watch-
in now.
Right, I
Yeah,
forgot
it would have
about
been.
We
that.
have to
Yeah.
watch Andy Dalton versus Gardner Minshew in this, the year of our Lord 2020.
Watch Andy Dalton get hurt, then Bryce Young.
He probably
gets
will,
hurt.
and then they have no
love-
choice but to go back to.
Oh my god,
He's
that
good.
would be
It's good.
funny. Actually,
The
that would
awkwardness
be-
of can you start again?
Oh, God damn it. Bryce, get back in there.
I know we screwed you over, but we need you again.
I know we hired this coach with the
Fix you,
sole
and then we
yeah,
bench you after 2 games.
sole purpose of
so
fixing you.
We gave up after 2 games. Yeah.
Yeah, he
All
just
right,
went, "I can't do it."
we need to fix you. Chris Martin's nowhere to be found. We need a hero. Bryce Young, get in there.
I'm gonna pick the
Give me,
Raiders. I'll pick
give
the
me
Raiders.
Yeah.
They do have
Minshew Mania happens again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Raiders.
They actually have decent players on their team.
He's not the one I'm throwing up, though. The one I'm throwing up for Stonks is, and I don't do these kind of players very often, but I'm doing it for this one. Max Crosby.
Oh man,
Stogs, are you kidding me? Andy Dalton can't run.
he may. There's a very real chance he gets 7 sacks in this game. Like, you have a statue at quarterback and one of the worst O-lines in football. Yeah, he's gonna die.
That would be the record, right? 7 in one game.
I think
That would be a record.
I think 7 is
I-
from 1 is
I think
the
it's
record.
7, yeah. That's breaking it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
Dolphins at Seahawks.
This could have been interesting if we had Tua. Not anymore.
It could have been.
It
Yeah.
could have been interesting.
Without Tua, because look, say what you will about Tua, the Dolphins are a way better
it
team
would've
when he's
kept this
playing.
competitive.
But yeah, I'm going Seahawks.
Seahawks. Yeah.
I'm going Seahawks.
Skylar
Seahawks.
It's going to be a bit of I think this is going to be a bit of a bloodbath. Skylar Thompson.
It might be.
Skylar Thompson's not a good quarterback, and that Seahawks defense is pretty good. So
now for the stonks meter, JSN.
Stonks.
Sure.
Against that Dolphins defense.
Let's buy the hype.
All right. Got stonks on JSN.
OSU receiver university.
Right. Okay, this I think is a sneaky candidate for game of the week.
Okay. Ooh, sure.
Yeah,
I think this is a sneaky candidate of one of those like, oh, this could be a fun game.
It could be.
Now
I'm less sure about the Lions after. I'll probably still pick them.
Yeah.
It's closer than you would think at
It
the
is
start of the year.
I've been going back and forth on this one. I get the lack of a pass rush is what on the Cardinals is why I'm going Lions.
I think this is the Lions get right game defensively and offensively. So yeah, I'm also going Lions. For this game, is it finally going to happen? Amon-Ra St. Brown.
He had a good game last game. Did he not?
Oh, he did. He did. I'm sorry.
He did in the last game, but they didn't win. It's tough because
Jameson Williams.
Actually, okay, better one. Better answer. Better one. Sam Laporta.
I'm going to say Stonks. I'm going to say Stonks, and the reason is because I think Buddha is going to be all over St. Brown, and so because of that, and he's going to have all the time, and because of the lack of a pass rush, Goff's going to have all the fucking time in the world. It's being played in a dome because it's here, so everything's lining up for Lions to win this. So I'm going Stonks.
Stonks because I need Laporta to do well.
All right. Next one up.
This 49ers.
This could have been interesting if both teams weren't hurt.
This could have been.
Yeah.
If the team's in an ambulance, we could call this the ambulance bowl.
This is the ambulance game.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
This isn't about winning. It's about surviving.
4 of the best offensive weapons are not playing in this game. It's insane.
Yeah.
The Tutu Atwell return game.
Yeah.
Return to form, sir.
Tutu Atwell stonks or not stonks?
Yeah.
Okay. For this one,
I'll go Niners just because they still have a decent defense.
Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? I forgot my philosophy. Rams.
Oh, right. Yes, you did forget.
That's twice. I think that's twice in a row. I almost forgot.
Go with Stafford, who has almost no one to throw to.
Exactly.
I think it's a close game, but 49ers.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, for stonks or not stonks, and keep in mind there is a right answer. Brandon Ayuk.
Stonks.
That is the wrong answer.
I plead the fifth. I'm not answering because
Stonks.
That is the wrong answer.
And I am not clicking on the button.
I'm not clicking.
All right.
That's okay. I'll click the button. Not stonks.
Okay.
Hey, Chance, he screwed over my team too, and look who isn't acting like a child.
You don't know. You don't know. No, it's getting hot. It's not that. If it was just anybody else, it'd be fine. If it's an ASU wide receiver, that's what I take umbrage with.
Hey, just remember which of us was closer to getting them.
Us.
No, you weren't actually.
No, he was. Like the Steelers were. They had the deal.
Well, they had the deal with him. I'm just talking about trade wise. We had the
also
trade.
Us.
Extension.
You had the trade deal that the 49ers wanted,
Yes.
but Ayuk said no.
Yes.
That was the problem.
I was just talking about the trade deal. I was talking about the trade deal.
You were never close. All right, Ravens at Cowboys.
I believe it's really be 0-3.
I'm gonna make Winston A. Marshall proud. Let's go, Cowboys.
No offense.
I'm not going there. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not picking this game.
I can never choose the Baltimore Ravens in anything.
I get that, but I also can't.
You lost you.
I can't choose the Dallas Cowboys either. So
you this is like the Cleveland game last year.
It was the Cleveland game week 1. Yes.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to pick.
Yeah, I'm going Ravens. Ravens.
I'll go Ravens.
I think Ravens win this. I think this is a big.
If last week was a must win again, this is an even more must win.
This is a must win for both teams. Both teams have to win this game. But I think
the Ravens need it.
The Ravens lose, they're gonna be 0-3 and most likely not making the playoffs.
Yeah. So I'm going Ravens, but this is should be a good game at least.
Yeah, for stonks for this game, let's say, well, if Lamar can find him, Zay Flowers.
I mean, he's the only receiver he's been able to find.
I don't know if he's still on the team. Sure,
still the team.
I mean, he
dropped it.
No, he was the Twitter yelling and he's screaming and yelling and he's very.
Well, same thing with like DJ Moore. We didn't talk about it during the Chicago game. DJ Moore's fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Well, if you saw Kid Lewis,
he mentioned Justin Fields, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You know what? Hey, Chicago. If you want to give us DJ Moore,
they are not trading you DJ Moore.
I'm not gonna say no.
In your dreams.
For Justin Fields.
The irony.
Okay. I'm going. Yeah, I'm going to go not stonks. Actually, no. I'm going to go stonks. Sorry, because I think the Ravens are going to win, and yeah.
Okay.
He's been the only Raven doing shit besides Lamar, so stonks.
All right. Sunday night football that I definitely will not be watching because fuck this team. Chiefs at Falcons.
Oh, Jesus.
Why the fuck is this a Sunday night game?
Because we all thought Kirk Cousins would be healthy.
Who did this to us?
I don't know. I really don't know why.
You want to know why? Because they built their Chiefs schedule around Taylor motherfucking Swift.
But they're in LA. I don't get why they're not next week because next week they're in LA. So like, why wouldn't? Anyway, whatever. Chiefs win this. It's not
Chiefs begrudgingly.
Yeah, Chiefs win it, and it's ugly. And God, kill me. I hate
It is ugly because
again.
the Falcons' pass defense is pretty damn good.
Yeah, Chance just gave you a look.
He gave me a look and then he thought about it. He's like, "Wait a minute, yeah."
Their pass rush sucked, but their secondary is not bad.
Secondary is good.
You know what? Kirko change. Let's go Falcons.
I'm still going Chiefs, but
yeah.
For stonks of this game, Kyle Pitts.
Please. For the love of God, please. That's all related to my fantasy teams.
And then part one of our Monday night doubleheader.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jags
you boys.
Bills, Josh Allen stonks. Let's move on. We all know
which Josh Allen though? I'm just kidding.
I'm terrified.
No, there's Josh Allen and
I know he changed
Josh
his name.
Hines Allen.
Well, no, you're not saying it right. It's the inferior Josh Allen on the Bills, and then the superior Josh Allen.
Okay, sure. I was just making the joke, but yeah.
I'm terrified of this game. I think
I would be too.
Think the Bills win, but it's close.
I think you blow them out.
Ooh.
Yeah. We lost to them last year.
I think this is the game that I watch on ESPN Deportes because I want to watch this in Spanish.
I mean,
I don't know why. I really want to watch the game in Spanish.
So this is the ESP one that's early. So this is the 4:00 game or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But no, I'm going.
It's a 7:30 game.
I'm gonna go Bill.
No, 4:30 for
Oh, sorry. Yeah, for our time. So yeah, I'm going Bills, but yeah, this game's close. I'm terrified of this game.
I hope you enjoy the blowout.
I mean, if it's a blowout, I'll be very happy.
You'll be like clown. I'll be texting the group.
Yeah, I'll be
celebrating.
I'm just very worried.
All right. For this game, Brian Thomas.
Not stonks.
Nah, not stonks.
He's hitting some big plays every now and then. But yeah, I'll go not stonks because you can't count on big plays.
That's true.
And lastly, Commanders at Bengals.
Oh my God.
Skip.
Taking the Commanders.
Ooh.
You are insane.
I don't think it's insane that they could win.
I don't think it's insane because Joe Breezy is not looking like Joe Breezy. So
sure. But they
have you guys seen Jaden Daniels play football?
Yeah. He's also a rookie, so I can give that a pass.
But he's still a rookie. He's still a rookie in this game.
Yeah, he still has to play this.
Yeah,
he's not stopped being a rookie in the past week.
I know, but
Not until the end of the year.
You want to know who I do trust? Brian Robinson.
Yeah, no, Bengals win this. I think it's I definitely
Yeah, I don't think it's
but Bengals win this.
given. I don't think
Bengals
it's a given.
defense is garbage. I could see Jaden Daniels having.
You made Mahomes look bad. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I also think
they always show
They always
up
play
in
the
Chiefs
they always play the
games.
Chiefs as well.
It's like
We always show up with the Chiefs.
I'll pick Bengals, but I don't feel good about it.
I'm picking Commanders by a field goal.
Communism.
Austin Seibert for the win again.
All right.
For this game, actually, you know what? He's healthy. Jamar Chase.
Not Stonks.
I think he's gonna go off.
I'm
now.
gonna go Stonks. He's gonna go off against a
He's gonna
bad.
go off now that he's
against a
pissed?
bad defense. Yeah, he's
Now
gonna
that
go
he's
off.
pissed,
He's going to be playing scared. That's all I care about.
All right. Very quickly, my best bets. Last week, I went 3-5. So we hit on the Bills. We hit on the Bills. We
So you
missed
broke
on the
even?
Colts. Hit on the Chargers because betting against the Panthers is free money. Well, it was betting against Bryce
Well,
Young
I don't know about
was free money. The Rams, yeah, that hurt. That one hurt. And
What's
Washington,
the line for the Panthers this week?
It's 5.5.
I still take that.
But I don't. The unknown of Andy Dalton.
Oh no, we know Andy Dalton.
It's the unknown. I don't want to. I don't like the unknown of it all. So yeah, I'm not touching it. Okay, my 5 this week: Texans -2.5, Seahawks -4.5, Rams +7. I don't actually think Rams are going to win, but it's too many points. I just think it's too many points. Ravens -1.5 and Commanders +7.5. Again, I don't think they're going to win, but it's too many points. Backdoor cover seems very likely for that one. So yeah, they're my 5 bets for this week.
All right, and that's going to do it for another episode of Left Side Strong Side. I want to thank Matt for once again coming back. Matt, where can we find you?
Over at Watt Real Entertainment. That is WATREEL Entertainment. And on our Twitch, which is twitch.tv/WattRealEnt, where myself and Taylor stream a lot of different games. He does a lot of the story-driven games. I'll stick to the sports. That's just who we are. And also on my Twitter, which is WattMovies_Matt, which is where I went on a diatribe this morning about how Star Wars fans are ruining the franchise. And
And don't open that can of worms.
Khan?
I'm on Twitter at the King Khan. I'm on Letterboxd. And you can find me here on this show.
Jacob.
And you can find me pretty much everywhere at Jacob London.
All right, Twitter, Instagram, Chancellor_91. Check out by Chance the podcast. We recently came back this week with our episode celebrating the 25th anniversary of Fight Club, which is a lot of fun. Next week, we're looking at prequels and on our Transformers 1. I think we're looking at the good, the bad, and the ugly. And yeah, thank you for watching, and we will see you next. What?
Review of Transformers 1 drops on my channel tomorrow.
There you go.
All right. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Ah!